Support.
Thanks, Mercs. Thank you. Thank you. 9-month Prime. Thank you, Mercs. I'll be switching to the other scene in just a second. Well, let me equip my gear. As you can see, we're just going to start off with a quick Magnolia. Is your founder badge gone? I can see it. I still see the founder badge. You still got it. Okay, no queue. Lovely. All right. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Good morning. Okay, let me get my stuff on. Morning, morning. Let me kill off the frost flowers or a one shot. All right, we're going to try and do the thing where we kill it on the first turn. I think it's better to do it when she's in the top left SQM because then you can see her moving a bit more, but whatever. We'll try it like this. Then we're going to be going on a baby Paladin for a couple of hours, and then we'll do a bit of Persist online. The playtest is actually already online. Public playtest. So if anybody wants a Persist online invite, you can DM me. How does that work? Potential. So you get 2 rounds of hitting her when she goes to low health by using Bone Fiddle. Let's see if we can get it to work. So she goes invulnerable. Then you get to hit her with a combo, and then when you do that, you do the Bone Fiddle again. And then she doesn't heal. She gives you another turn of damage. So the past 2 times I've managed to succeed. Oh, I don't have the right armor on. Here we go. All right. I'm not using the Bone Fiddle anymore, so it's not on cooldown. Let's see if it works. Now Bone Fiddle. Now wait 2 seconds. And there we go. Done. 1 round. Ah, such a good strat, dude. Love it. Oh, I absolutely love it. Yeah, you can do it in just 1 go. Saves a lot of time. Essa, thank you, Picture. It was from you, and I think, was it Pekant as well who was talking about this? But it's so good. Saves so much time, dude. I seen you tactics on Magnolia, right? It's now better to stay in the north instead of south. I always stayed in the north. I don't know if it makes any difference, really. To be honest, John, I always stayed in this SQM. There's only 2 things can hit you there. So, oh, hello, Echo. Boom. Influenced. Yes. 1, 3, 5, and 1. All right, we take those. We take those. Thank you, Dust. It's exactly what we wanted. All right. Whenever I leave here, I like to kill some of the monsters just to help finish the bestiary a bit. I don't think I'm ever going to do the Jarakals, so I'm just doing the Paladin and the Jungle Mower for now. Pekkan shared a strat. I just added more details on how to do it. Yeah. Definitely was helpful to understand it a bit more. And yeah, now I just... How? Okay, so you get it to low health, and then she goes invulnerable, and then after a few seconds you can hit her 1 rotation, right? You can do your auto plus spell. So you do that, you hit her with the auto and spell normally, and as soon as you do that, you then do Bone Fiddle again after that first rotation. Then she goes invulnerable again for 3 seconds, and then you get to do 1 more round of attacks. So if you are a Paladin, EK, or Monk, it should be very, very easy to kill her in 2 rounds like that before she heals. I do not answer duo spot questions anymore. I do not like them. You can just use solo spots, but just go to 100 levels earlier. Is 600 Paladin baby one? No, that's my main Paladin. I was just doing Magnolia. Oh, and I want to do Kusuma as well. You could just time grenade as RP on Avatar. True. Yeah, grenade. If you timed it right, grenade would probably be pretty good actually for this strat. Yeah. Playing the new server? No. What level is worth tiering gear? You tier gear once you have nothing else to spend your money on. Once you've got your gems, you've got your skills, you've got best in slot, then you can consider tiering. But honestly, it's like 600 plus minimum. Don't jump out too early. Oh, yes. Okay, I'll try not to this time. Use Bone Fiddle or Avatar. You can use both. I use both. I think guess on your level, Mercs, with Avatar, you don't even need the Bone Fiddle trick. But on my level, a single Avatar rotation is not enough to kill her. So I do still need to do the Bone Fiddle trick. Not everybody is such a Giga Chad, Mercs. All right. Whatever I want to do on this Paladin is finished. It was just a Moonsnow Magnolia. One day she'll drop me that damn precision thingy. Precision amulet. Nobody else has a buy offer anymore, so maybe I'll be able to pick one up. Maybe someone will sell me one. I have the only buy offer on the market right now for 50kk, which is basically the average cost of. Oh, there's one. Someone just placed one. Belia. No, thank you, Belia. Fuck you. No, I don't want it, and I definitely don't want it for 75kk. God, I don't like this guy. Hey, Tofik. 15kk sell offer on Antica of the Monk Amulet. Yeah, I mean, Monks, right? Who plays Monk? Zero demand. All right. Here's the baby Paladin. So last time we played him, we did the Oromond. What kind of weird bow is that? Painted bow. Oh, is this from the from between the world, between the whatever, between the pages, between the books, between the lines quest? Looks weird. Anyway, we did the Oromond points last time. I'm planning to try test Gloof Bandits today. Maybe Oromond West. Although I don't know if Oromond West is not going to be too hard. And maybe Museum of Tibian Arts Furies. So those are things I'm kind of hoping to test today. Let's go Gloof Bandits first. I do think Gloof Bandits probably AoE arrows, right? Shatterstorm at this level. To get 600. Monk Amulet and Monk Helmet going to be purple soon. True that. By the way, Mercs, isn't it like the middle of the night for you or what? What time is it for you now? Like 4 a.m. or something? What are you doing here? Is it Ferro window or something? What are you doing? At work lagging, did I miss answer for reroll? Only the facts. What did you say? Let me scroll up. Got second perk reroll dust? No, not yet. Hello, 3P. I don't have that much dust yet. Facts. What do we need? We need superior potions, and then we can go. Let me make sure it's not booked. I booked it for 11, but I didn't see anybody else booking it, so I'm hoping it's available. Yes, it's available. Gloof Bandits, it's fairly heavy loot, right? Fairly heavy loot, so I don't want to have too much, too many supplies. I bought Fabulous Legs T1 10kk for 400 RP. I don't have money enough for Falcon Greaves. Do you think it was a good purchase? No. If you're poor and you don't have enough money, then don't be buying tiered stuff. Just use tier 0 Fabulous Legs. Save your money and actually buy the proper item once you saved up for it. So no, in your position, I would have purchased regular Fabulous Legs and I would have been saving my money for Falcon Greaves once I can afford them. Tiered low-level stuff is the sort of stuff where people have lots of money and they just want to progress their character faster. It's not something that you should be doing if you don't have money and you just buy that as an alternative to an actual best-in-slot item for that level range. Sorry. I don't know how good Gloof Bandits will be. I'm assuming they're going to be pretty good. I had them for 150 plus originally, but then I was thinking I can probably do them. I can probably do them at this level. Low level Paladin being stupidly strong and all. We'll see. Oh, I don't have bullseye potions. I'm forever cursed by not refilling bullseye potions, dude. Oh well. Oh well. No bullseye potions, so we're gonna be a little bit gimped. Oh well. All right. Hello, Grajek. All right, let's have a look how easy this is or difficult, and if it's any good. Oh, hang on a minute. Why is someone trying to hunt without a claim? Oh my god, Nevia. Even on a freaking baby Paladin, I keep running into problems here. Why? Well, let's hope it was just a fiend or something and someone just came for a fiend and no one's actually hunting here. Deary me, dude. Oh. Tried Exotic Cave finally yesterday. It was around 1.5k cave raw, which obviously on this level is very good. Not quite as good as like Edron Heroes and stuff. That was the best. That was the best respawn so far for this level range. Fiendish belongs to Finder or Claimer? Finder. People will run into your respawn that you're hunting, that you've got claimed. If a fiend spawned, then they will come in and kill it. Those players are the actual fiends. They are the fiends. They come in, they steal shit from your respawn. They were the fiends all along, you know? Oh, what is going on? Ay. Yeah, someone's invaded here with no claim. Oh, God. Well, from the half a lap I've done so far, it's looking like 1.6kk raw, so there's the test. Let's try Oromond West, seeing as we're here. And I'm coming back at 11 and I'm kicking the guy out because I've got my claim from 11, but clearly I assume there would be nobody here as there's no claim, but alas, course, it's Nevia, so assholes everywhere. Whatever, let's try Oromund West. I think, I don't know about Oromund West. I feel like I'd like level 120 for Oromund West. Because I could have prismatic armor. And I feel like that extra 5% would be quite helpful there. Okay, for what it's worth though, Gloof Band is definitely very easy. Definitely very easy. I can definitely record a guide from this place. I thought it would be maybe a little harder than this. But yeah, let's definitely do Gloof Bandits. Maybe we don't even need to come back. Gloof Tower, no. Gloof Tower, there's no way. No matter how strong the Paladin is, no. 150, maybe Gloof Tower. 115, no way. Let's see if Oromund West is claimed. It is not. So surely someone's going to be hunting there, even though it's not claimed. Oh, bullseye potions. There we go. This is a great opportunity to load up on bullseye potions. I'm not going to forget this time. Any idea when the new servers are opening? Oh, is that today? Shit, I forgot it's today. You're right, it's today. No, I'm not going to play there. Bull. Okay, I don't have any. Bullseye. Here we go. There we go. 466. That should be enough, right? Pick up 50. All right. Shatterstorm arrows. Load up. For Oromund West, I think I can get some more potions as well. New server's probably for 1 p.m. European time. Yeah, it's usually around that time. Yeah. So still another 2 hours or so, probably. Let's check Oromund West. I think I would like 120 for Oromund West as well for prismatic armor. And maybe Terra amulets? Maybe. Do I have any? Have a few. Let's try Terra amulets. Those might be good. Ring? Oh, doesn't matter. You had me worried there. Oh, why do shitty low-level players not claim respawns? Fine, it's not claimed. That means I can come in. Let's go. Like, you have such a lovely claiming system on Nevia. Use it, please. It makes it so much easier for everybody. Why claim if nobody respects it? Everybody would respect it. I literally checked to see if somebody's got it claimed. It's not a letter. Nobody uses letters here. It's not the medieval ages. We have a booking bot on Discord, and it works perfectly. It's just that low levels sometimes refuse to use it for like no reason, and I just now because he's not using it, I'm just going to invade. Next time, maybe he'll use the bot. Okay, you're an Antique. Okay, I'm not an Antique. I'm on a server that doesn't use letters, and you can't throw away a Discord booking. That's a good test. God, oh my God, I hate Nevia with such a passion, dude. I feel like I really need to transfer off when if I'm going to be playing here. Jesus. Oh my God. The difference is I'm not coming here to hunt. I'm coming here for like 3 minutes just to test, make sure that I can hunt here. If I was actually coming to hunt here, I would 100% be making a claim. Just like I made a claim for glue bandits. Just for a little bit later because I wasn't sure when I'm going to start streaming. And it doesn't seem too difficult though. There we go. Level 254 Paladin. He surely knows about the claim system. Why not collecting roots? Because I have 300 points already, and besides, I don't do roots. I do the probing task, which we streamed last time how to do it. Yeah, the probing task is the best, but you do need to, well, you either need to collect all the probes for a long time, or you need to buy them from somebody. Isn't it annoying that you have to use an external software? No, because it makes the game way more enjoyable and easier to manage. If you don't like it, then play on a server that doesn't use it. If you want to be part of the community on a server and everybody uses the software, then and you refuse to, then you're the asshole. So just play on a server that doesn't require it if you don't want to use it. Very simple. The main reason by far to play on Nevia is the Discord booking bot. If you're going to be playing here and not using it, what are you doing with your life? Some people claim on Discord and then don't come, making it worse. Yeah, of course that can happen. That will happen. I mean, that's happened to me, right? I was hoping to hunt before someone, then I didn't because I couldn't because life circumstances changed. And yeah, that does happen, but I don't really know what that justifies. No, nobody can make you use another company product. Sure, if you want to be an asshole and not use something that the community has agreed to, then yeah, sure, you're within your means. But it does make you an asshole if the whole community agrees on using something and you just stubbornly refuse because reasons. You can feel all self-righteous about how in the right you are, and sure, still makes you an asshole though. In 12 minutes, we'll go back to the Gloof Bandits. And then I'll be in the right to kick the other dude out. Whoever is there. Hey, Wilson. Hey, not yes, you. Nah, I'm not going on the new retro server. Definitely staying away from that one. Okay, well, it's hard to say. I actually don't know. Can I hunt Oromond West? Can I not hunt Oromond West? I don't know if I can. Like, it doesn't feel very hard now, but I'm not exactly doing, big boxes or anything, right? What level should we call it for Oromond West? Maybe 120. Maybe we'll call it 120 and come here with the prismatic armor. I think it's probably more realistic. What is my base skill? 109. 105 plus 4 from loyalty, so 109. I almost have 500 points on and level 180. When I can do final quest, and is it worth it? It is worth it because it gives you shortcuts to some of these hunting grounds, which you can later use for fiend hunting and warden hunting. And in addition, you'll get 50 charm points from the Raging Fire bestiary. And that's about it. There's no other reward, really. So it's all right. It is worth doing. You won't be able to do it solo, though. You'll need a team. You can do that quest solo maybe at like level 1k or something. But before then, you will need at least 1 or 2 more people. Oh. Yeah. It is still somewhat difficult. I probably should be using those Terra amulets. Why not check spawn again after Gloof Bandits? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe we will. Kind of surprised there isn't a common OT built for boss build testing yet. Well, the reason is very simple. There's no way to monetize that. So I understand what you're saying. There's an OT where you create a character of a certain level, and it immediately has best in slot items, best in slot skills, whatever, and you just go and test the boss. Great. Now, would you pay for that? The answer is no. And that's also the reason why it doesn't exist, because what's the point of someone making that, hosting it, and making nothing from it? So there you go. There's your answer why it doesn't exist. Do you think Tibia should update the game to have its own booking system? I don't trust or believe Tipsoft enough to make something like that. So probably not. Just because I don't think Tipsoft would ever be capable of making something that would actually work and cover the cases. For example, the Party Finder, that's their way of implementing solutions in the game. And yeah, maybe they should just stay away, right? During raid, I don't know if you'd be able to do West at this level. Yeah, I think probably not. I think 120. I think 120. I'll get the prismatic armor. What do I get? Anything else at 120? I don't think so, because the prismatic I get a prismatic ring as well, right? At 120. Yeah. Prismatic ring and prismatic armor. And then I think I can do it. Same with Deeplings. For now, we've got the Gloof Bandits and Museum of Tibian Arts Furies. We're going to go back to Gloof Bandits. I have a book from 11, but it's like 8 minutes too, so whatever. I can definitely go. I think tips of having their own booking system would be the best way. Of course, it would be the best way, but they could never manage it. Exactly. Of course. I mean, by all means, I would love if everything possible and helpful to the game would be developed by Tipsoft within the client. I never needed to use Discord. I never needed to use Tibia Vision. I never needed to use anything. That would be optimal. Unfortunately, Tipsoft and most game developers aren't capable enough to be developing tools for their own game. Just like in Path of Exile, you've got so many external tools because it's just more reliable for actual players to develop tools like that. Maybe Tipsoft should enable some sort of create some sort of API for the client that external developers could use and connect to make better tools. And then you could maybe still do it kind of within the client or pretty close to it. But no, we can't have nice things. Imbue bows as RP. I imbued it from level 90. So crystalline arrows for me are the point where I like to imbue the bow. So the Discord way of doing things doesn't work properly, or does it? It does. It does work. Except for a small minority of people who just don't use it, right? And they ruin the system. So it's not that the system itself is bad. It's the people who are like, I don't want to use a third party to play this game. Nobody can force me to. Those kind of people are the ones that ruin the system. So fuck those people. If you're one of them, I don't like you, and you should just play on a server that doesn't have it instead of ruining the community for everybody else. You don't use spirit potions? Generally, I try not to, especially on lower level characters, because it eats into the profit a lot. I think if I was doing something particularly hard, so maybe if we do go to Ormond West at 120, I would maybe use the spirit potions there. Manas are better for magic level training. Well, let me tell you, that is absolutely not my consideration and not something I thought about. So that is it's true, but not exactly my reasoning there. Thoughts on Nando's? Love it. Love Nando's. Haven't had any in like years and years though. They only they don't have them in Poland, so I did enjoy a Nando's. Great Spirits point is cheaper per mana Okay. Maybe then. All right. All right. Attempt number 2 at Glue Bandits. Let me just check my praise real quick. Maybe we got something. Oh, we do. We do got something. Oh, Misguided Bully. We want to go back there at some point. At 120, we wanted to go back there with Prismatic as well. I'm not doing hunting spot recommendations, okay? People find it very boring. Maybe someone in chat can answer you, but I think you can either use Tibia Pal hunting section for ideas, or maybe someone in chat can answer you. But I'm bored of answering the same questions a million times, and chat is also bored of me answering the same questions all the time. So for hunting recommendations, just use Tibia Pal, and if it's outdated, if it's not there yet, then sorry. No, it's okay. It's all right. You don't have to be sorry. Of course, it's welcome that you're asking, but yes, it's derailing the stream a little bit too much. Oh no, Nimha. I wasn't saying it was you. It wasn't you. I was just explaining the question because a lot of people do have that attitude, right? It wasn't. I wasn't answering at you, right? It was more of a general answer. I need to make another coffee. I've just had one actually, so I don't think I should be having my third coffee before 11 a.m. You know. Is there a way to trigger those raids right under you right now? No, those happen automatically every hour. Will you be transferring your characters from Nevia? Dia seems the most healthy server right now, as far as I know. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Like, honestly, the main issue I have right now with transferring is that I love the Warden system. I really like the Warden system, and I really like Nevia's boss hunting group, and now that's become the Warden hunting group. Like, I love it. This is the only thing keeping me on Nevia. I love the guys from the boss hunting group. Lovely group of people. And I really like this Warden completionism on the main Paladin that I'm currently doing, and that's the only reason I haven't transferred yet. But everything else, all the hunting and testing and bounties and weeklies, is absolute hell on earth on Nevia, and I really don't like that. So I'm a bit of a... Maybe what I could do is I could just transfer the baby Paladin, because we're going to be switching to the baby Paladin very soon. Maybe I could prepare like 20 powerful imbue scrolls on my main Paladin, give it to the baby Paladin, give him all the equipment, and transfer him off. Maybe that would be a sane solution. I'll have to think about it. But I don't think I can play this baby Paladin until level 400 on Nevia, because I would lose my damn mind. What time is there right now? For me, it's almost 11 a.m. It's basically 11 a.m. right now, which means it's also my claim for Gloof Bandits, and I hope that whoever was here has left. And if they haven't, then I'm going to be relogging on my main Paladin, and we're going to be having KS content. Okay, here we go. We've got the bullseye potion this time. Reset, and let's go. Let's do a lap. Spirits would be okay here as well, I think. This is also somewhat hard. Claimed for how long? 30 minutes. I probably won't even need all the 30 minutes, to be honest. I just wanted, just to make sure I have a window of like 15 minutes that I can hunt. Get a reasonable number, you know? Did did the stream freeze there for like a second? That was weird on my end at least. Okay. my whole PC froze for like 1 second. Anyway, it's all good. Why not use werewolf amulets? Because I'm lazy and 1% physical. I don't really care about enough. And anyway, from 150, you just switch to the blue collars anyway. It does look like whoever was here for that little bit earlier is no longer here. So yeah, we can do a proper test now with the booking fully hours. Fingers crossed. Nobody decides to come and test our patience. Because I'm not feeling particularly patient this morning, as you've probably figured out already. We need the old times back when 75% of players were chilling in the depot. Those days are gone, and not just in Tibia. Those days are basically gone in all video games. Just human nature has kind of changed, and everyone's, rush, efficiency, and wasting time standing in depot making runes just doesn't feel that good anymore. How much it cost me to access here? 300 Tibia coins for the 300 probes. 1 TC per probe. And then I did it in like 30 minutes on stream. Last time I think we were streaming. But now it's done. Holy shit, the EXP is looking great. 1.9 raw there for a second. Probably won't maintain that, but Jesus. It's like better than lava lurkers with profit. What? Oh, one of them puffed. Damn. That's annoying. How do you find people selling probes? You likely have a Discord server for your server. And there's usually a trade channel or a market channel or whatever. And you write in there. And more likely than not, somebody on your server will be doing it. Or if you say that you're interested, someone will get the probes for you. People like the money. Seemed a lot more patient when I was plugging Persist. Yes. Drained with Tibia, dude. Nah, I love Tibia. I just don't like the competition for spawns and just competition for everything. I don't like that about Tibia at all. That's why I want to play on a dead server. And Persist right now for me is basically, it's just me. It's almost like a private server for me, right? Because I play the closed alpha testers. So there's like nobody there, right? It's perfect. It's like a single player MMO that I get to just do whatever the hell I want. So I love it. Yes. Is that correct? You can have some character at NPC and claim 1 probe every 30 minutes, but you can't move them in backpacks. Yes. Right, basically. So you usually what people do is like they'll get like 10 characters there, and they get like 10 probes a day, you know, with like very little effort. And they'll, you know, they do that a few times a day. They'll get like 50 probes a day or something, right? And after every few days, then they'll get like extra 250, 300 TCs from selling them. The thing is, though, you need to find enough people who want to buy it, right? There's not that many buyers for the probes. There's only a finite number of low-level characters that would like to pay 300 TCs to get access to Gloof Bandits, right? And Oromond raids. If you were to, I think the best way to do probes, to like sell probes if you wanted, it would be to do it on a new server, right? A new server starts, and instead of, you know, being in the rat race for number 1, you just create 10 characters to gather probes. And like you sell them. I reckon on a new server, like a few days into a new server, if you already had 300 probes, you could probably sell them for like 1k TC or something. I'm sure some of the high levels on the new server after 3-4 days would happily pay that to quickly do the access and profit on Gloof Bandits. I think that would be the best way to sell probes. What is a probe? It's an Oromond task to get a vote. I've got a YouTube video on it. Are you a full-time content creator? Nope. I'm an enthusiast. 5k TC for 300 probes on new servers. I still don't think it'd be quite that much. I'm not sure that many people would pay quite that much. We want a link. It's just on my YouTube. If you type in probes, Oromond probe, Kuznia into Google, I'm sure that'll be the first hit. Is there concept of dominant guilds on the servers you play on? Concept, yes. It technically exists on Nevia. And they manage the Discord booking, etc., etc. But it's not the sort of dominando that you're thinking of from, perhaps from like some South American servers. There's no payments to be on the server. There's no issues if you transfer to the server. It's an open and welcoming server. The only benefits the dominant guild gets is they get slight priority booking for some of the members to some of the more popular respawns, but they're still open for everybody. It's just they can book it a little bit earlier. That's about it. So it does match the definition of a dominando, but as far as dominandos go in Tibia, it's fairly, you know, comfortable and easygoing dominando. Which is why Nevia is such a popular server. And when you're forced to leave when they ask you, no. There is you are not forced to leave when you get asked. There's a booking system, and if you book the time to hunt, there's nobody on the server who can kick you out. Which is the moment that would be a possibility is the moment I would immediately stop respecting rebels as a guild altogether, and I would be basically fighting them, because I will never, ever in my whole Tibian career, I will never, ever leave a spawn just because a dominando trash is asking me to leave. Never. Fuck you. I'll leave if someone's KSing me because it's no fun or whatever, and I'm bored and I can't be bothered. But if I've claimed a respawn and I'm hunting there, and someone comes and they try and kick me out so they can hunt there, hell no, bro. Never. And I would never agree to that kind of self-rules on a server. The moment there is no server where that is not the case, I just quit Tibia, because there is no way I would put up with that. I value my time too much to be so disrespected by somebody and kicked out of a respawn. Persist Online is similar to Tibia, very different game. Very different game. Basically nothing alike. Other than both being in an MMO RPG genre, basically nothing alike. Persist. My little summary of what Persist Online is. It's a much more hardcore and unforgiving World of Warcraft. Just where outside of being a fantasy setting, so instead of orcs, trolls, fairies, and whatnot, instead of that you have zombies. And instead of having wands and crossbows and whatever, and spells, instead you have guns with special abilities and skills and talents and skill trees and whatever. So it's basically much closer to like a World of Warcraft game, except that it's much more unforgiving and much more hardcore. It's closer to Tibia in its difficulty. Like if you go into Tibia without knowing Tibia, you'll just like die left and right, not knowing what you're doing. There is not like a structured storyline or anything, so it's much more like that when it comes to Tibia. But the gameplay and the world and stuff and progression is much closer to something like World of Warcraft. Persist Online Tipsoft game, yep. All right, we've been here 12 minutes, 13 minutes. Looks like about 1.6 KK raw. Okay, all right. I think what the biggest problem is here is actually my movement speed and the monster's movement speed. If we could move a bit faster, I'm sure I could do more than this. Because the monsters aren't exactly very strong. Oh, it's a game that's still in like closed alpha. It's not a released game or anything. It's still what's going on right now is they've got a playtest right now open to public. So if anybody wants to give it a go, if anybody wants to check out Persist Online, then you can just send me a DM on Discord. I'll send you the invite link. My personal, well, it's not my personal. It's like a content creator link. I can invite you to the playtest that's going on right now. Will you be playing PoE 2? It's releasing in December, right? The 1.0. Is there anything else before December in PoE 2? On your server, they charge 5k TC to join. Yeah, that would be like a hardcore red line for me. I would also never pay Dominando. If I have to pay to play on a server, again, I would not. And the moment there is no servers where that's not a thing, again, I quit Tibia because I'm already paying the premium account. I am not paying some random ass dude like money to play the game that he has no claim and no ownership over. So yeah, those are my like red lines. Paying for being able to play on the server, or basically paying some fee to Dominando, or being told to leave a respawn, right? Those are like the two red lines. I will never ever play on a server where either of those is a thing. Priority booking and some other like priorities that the Dominando can have, I don't have too much. Like I don't love it, but I'll accept it. But no, being kicked out of a respawn by Dominando or having to pay to play on the server or join the Dominando, nah, hell nah. What's the name of the game? Persist Online. I think it's in the title of the stream. We'll be playing a bit later. Yes, I agree, Krokan. I fully agree. Like I always said this. If I was in charge of Tipsoft, I would definitely do some like actions where I would pretend to be a player and I would join some server. And if someone tried to charge me, I would like immediately just delete. Send that character into the Shadow Realm, you know? And probably the whole guild. Dominando servers will be dead sooner or later. Well, it doesn't really seem that way, does it? I don't know if that in practice seems to happen. All right, that's enough of Glue Bandits. I've slowed down a little bit now, but I still think it's 1.6. 1.6 and about 400k profit per hour. All right. Good. Hello. Hello, include. Yep. All good. All good, friend. All good so far. How are you doing? They're getting more money from the game because of the Dominandos? Sure. But then, you know, at a certain point, you have to have some sort of moral code and code of conduct within an organization. And if your code of conduct is do everything in our power to make more money, okay, that's fine. Then allow Dominandos like that. And if you think that's how you want to function, that's fine. That's their choice. I was talking more about, you know, if I was the ruler of the universe and I was in charge of Tipsoft, how I would do it, right? If I was the owner, I would maybe have different priorities. Maybe not. Probably not. In fact, I'd be like, yeah, more money. So, you know, it's easy to talk from the perspective of an outsider who has no financial interest in it. But well, that's my right, you know. It's my right to talk about it from that perspective. Aliens Fire Team Elite 2. Nice ad include. Nice ad. Never heard of it. Some guy got character in Boner World and had to pay 750 TC to play there. Yep. Let's see if someone's still here. There is some blood, but not too much. Looks like maybe someone did leave. Make a Dominando. I'll be making a Dominando and Persist online. Anybody wants to join my Dominando and Persist Online? Actually, well, I'll talk about this more a bit when I play Persist Online later. But yesterday I did create a guild and I had some people join. And something I found in Persist that I thought was really cool, actually. You've got these special quests that you can do. Quite difficult. You have it on a timer. So, for example, you get a quest where you have to kill 1,000 particular zombies in a particular area in the next hour. And once you do it, you get some like guild experience. And you can level up perks on the guild that grant passive bonuses for all of the guild members. So for example, I have like plus 2% EXP as being part of the guild that I created yesterday, or like 2% loot and stuff. Like kind of cool system to incentivize, you know, actually people doing stuff within a guild together, because doing those quests solo is very time consuming and difficult, but if you did them together as a guild, it's actually doable. I thought that was kind of cool. I really like that idea. Maybe let me go back for spirit potions. Yes, let me go back for spirit potions. You're right. I think it's probably gonna be better. I'm a little worried about this here. I don't actually want to die. Over 1k on Celeste's level equal payment. Wow. Is this still looking like it was made in 2004? Yes, and it will continue looking like that because it's an art style that they went for, Katsuru. And it's maybe not for you, but that doesn't mean you need to be rude about it. It's like Borderlands style. Is Borderlands looks like it was made in 2004? Kinda. We can still just understand that it's the different art style. Do you think Tipsoft has the budget to be making a... The thing is, if Tipsoft went for a hyper-realistic 3D game, like Ark Raiders or wherever, they would never have the skills or the budget to make that look good. But they can make the other more old school styles actually look good. And it does look good if you accept that that's the art style. That's all. Sound like a shit. Well, I just like the game and I hope it succeeds. That's all. And I get a bit annoyed by the negativity from people who haven't given the game a go at all. But, you know, that's your right as well. Of course, you can criticize all you want without trying. But I enjoy it a lot and I'm looking forward to when it will officially release. All right, let's try. We've got the Terror Amulet. Do I have Tibia Vision? Where's my Tibia Vision gone? One sec. Oh, right, it was Tibia Vision update. Let me update Tibia Vision real quick. I want to see my stacks on my Terror Amulet, so I do actually need my Tibia Vision for this. I'll take the playtest invite and come back with the results if my opinion changes. Okay. That's fine. That is all I could ever hope for. Which more effective in bad situation? Exert Grand Sand or Ultimate Spirit Potion? Well, you want to do both, no? If you're in an emergency, you want to be doing Ultimate Spirit Potion plus Exora Grand Sand. Did you leave Kalanta? What happened? I was planning to go there. No, my sorcerers are still there. Okay, here we go. I've got my Tibia Vision. My sorcerers are still there. It's just my paladins were always here. Anyway, Kalanta's still a great server. You've got Rubinos there. You've got Fiery Soul. I don't know what I'm going to be doing with the paladins. Okay, right now we've got the Terror Amulet. We've got the Spirit Potions. Let's see if we can actually hunt here. There is no raid, which makes it a bit easier because I shouldn't be caught by those insane Quora Hydromancer's Paralyze. Okay, never mind. Well, anyway, I still think it's huntable because I did just do like a big box without too many issues. Okay, so it is someone still, I think, hunting here without a claim, but whatever. I can tell it's doable. 120 plus with Prismatic, definitely doable. Hello, Artifact. Hello. Tibia Vision is free or you have to pay. It has a free tier which gives you two windows, two mirrors, which, you know, for Amulet and Ring is enough if that's all you care about. But yeah, I think there's a one-time payment of like 10 euros to get a lifetime for free. Well, you get a lifetime subscription, then you've got everything in there. I think it's like 8 mirrors at that point. Oh, someone else. Okay, just get the hell out of here. I don't know. Maybe he does have a claim. I don't know if he does. I didn't actually check, but fuck it. Let's just get out. I'll have to come here in like the middle of the night for it to be free on Nevia. You want to be doing Ultimate Heal plus Ultimate Spirit Potion? True, because you might... No, you shouldn't. Why? You should up... You should be doing Potion into Heal, right? Otherwise, you might not have the mana. Otherwise, you run out of mana, right? All right. I'll come here at 120. What else do I had the Museum of Tibian Arts Furies still. So let's go check that one out. And then I'm not sure if we're going to be doing anything else because the next two things I want to do is I want to actually record Gloof Bandits for a video. Going to do that this evening, I guess. Don't want to overlevel the Paladin, you know? Don't want to overlevel him. For Furies, it's gonna be single target at Fury, so I don't actually think I need Spirit Potions. I think we're gonna go Superiors and Crystalline Arrows. How's Paladin after the update? At this level, it's ridiculous. Paladin's main issue, as far as I can tell, from also on my higher level Paladin, I think the main issue by far is self-sustain at hard respawns. Like, it's crazy to me that Exura Grand San was buffed like 20% in the rebalance, and I still often find myself thinking, God, it really does not heal that much. Now, it's not a problem at a low level like this, and it's not really a problem at like mid-level, but I can totally tell that by the time you're like quite high level, like there's barely any healing. The Ultimate Spirits plus Exura Grand San is really not a great heal. Holy Magic level or 2-dist? I think 2-dist. Well, a Holy Magic level gives you... No, yeah, definitely 2-dist on that one. Yeah, 2-dist. Is it good damage-wise? Yep, definitely. You bought this character or made it yourself? What, this little baby Kuznia baby Paladin? Yeah, of course I did it myself. Why is there 90 sorcerer here? That has me concerned that he's doing Furies. Let's see. Patrons. Yes. Mission. Do I need to say anything else to enter the catacombs? What arrows were you using? So earlier I was using Shatterstorm arrows. They're the new AoE low level arrows. I think they're from level 50 or something. Shit, I do need to say something else. Here you will find the entrance to the moat extension. Okay, I think you need to say extension to him, right? As your adventure with the baby sorcerer come to an end. Yes. I still have a level 400 and 500 sorcerers that I'm going to be recording on. The baby paladin reach around level 300. Extension. Problem. Yes. Here we go. Now we'll be able to enter. Now going to bring poison walls? Psst, what am I? Please. Poison walls. Gonna eat my words when I die, but whatever. Yours holy magic level effect healing with Exor Grandson. Nope. That would be healing magic level. Holy magic level increases your damage with Massan and with Divine Barrage and Grenade and Exori-san. I think that's it. I think those are all the holy damage spells, right? All right. Oh, shit, she's fast. Oh, no. No, a floating savant. No. Oh, he's going to F me up. This is the guy I need the poison bombs for, right? Poison walls. Shit, you're right. Chat is right yet again. Chat always right, dude. Ah! Actually, doesn't seem that difficult, to be honest. Still not going to be very good to compare to like proper AoE hunting though. Oromond Fury's next. Need at least another 100 levels for that. But this is surprisingly easy. Ooh, there's a ping. Let me check if it's not a warden that I need to go to on my main paladin. I mean, this is fine, but it's going to be like 1.2 KK raw or something. Let me just check the ping. Yes. What warden is it? Reindeer. Oh, yeah, we go into that one. 15 points. Don't mind if I do. Be back here in a minute. Ingo minus. Okay, all right. Let me get a protection zone so I can log out. There's no protection zone here. Annoying. Got to go all the way to the temple. How do you know? Well, someone pinged me on the Discord. We've got a Discord for warden sharing. Go on, baby, no balls. I don't have access. I don't have access to deeper in goal on the on the baby paladin, I'm afraid. Hey, Gaines. Morning. How's it going? Yeah, all good. All good, mate. All good. I'm doing some baby paladin, just going a quick detour for a warden right now. And Probably going to play a bit of Persist later. In fact, definitely going to play a bit of Persist later. I'm real hooked. Okay, so -2 north, apparently. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, hang on. There was something somewhere. Where is it? Where is it? Here. Boom. All right. Got him. Thank you. Okay, there we go. Another 15 charm points just like that. Easy. Easy mode. We're almost going to have that T2 Carnage as our final T2 charm. Let me check. We need currently 158 charm points for the final T2 Carnage. So that's going to be 15 less. That's going to be 143 charms left after that. And then we'll have 16.3 thousand charm points. All right. Let's run out. Let's run the long way. I think my cube is on cooldown, so I'm just gonna run out. Okay, now we just gotta wait for the warden to be killed, and then we can relog back on the baby paladin. I do need to do. While I'm waiting, there is something I do want to do, actually. Oh, it's killed. Well, anyway, I actually want to do something real quick. Do I have the Grand Con wheel still? I think I do. Yes. We are going to do a quick guzzle more soul pit solo. It's the only monster from Rashomon that I'm missing. I have all the other ones. I have Silencer, I have Choking Fear, I have Frazzlemore, and a Retching Horror. The only monster from Rosh West and Upper Rosh that I'm missing is Guzzlemore. Well, technically Shockhead as well, but I don't care about Shockhead. All right, Guzzle. What would be the best? Divine Wrath. Okay. Oh shit, I've got something on him already. Savage Blow. No. Okay. Life Drain. Do I go for Greater Garlics? No, I don't think so. I'll go with the Sleep Shawl and Prismatic, right? That sounds right to me. We do have tier 1 Gift of Life too, just in case. How's Baby RP compared to Baby MS and EXP? EXP is about the same, but the effort required is just off the charts. I think it's Frazzlemore that do the life drain. Okay, well, I guess we'll see after the analyze afterwards. I think both of them do. All right, let's see how this goes. Sorcerer is much harder, yes. That is what I mean. MS do by far better EXP. Low level RP is very, very strong. Not you don't use mounts. No. Right, here's the 15s. I don't like mounts. I don't like the way they look, change your character look, and I don't like how you can't have mounts in certain areas. So what really f's me up is that the arcs, the health and mana arcs around your character change position when you're on a mount or not, which then affects the way I have my Tibia vision set up, where I place it. All in all, I just choose not to use mounts because of the position of the character and the position of the arcs. I'd rather just have it stable, and the only way to have it stable is to never use mounts. Because if you use mounts and you get transformed or you go into deep or whatever, your arcs go all over the place. So yes, I prefer just not using mounts. Skill issue. Hello, Kieran. 300 MS only really becomes much better than Paladin at a much higher level. Like if you go for like 1.5k, the Paladins will fall behind the MS for solo gaming by a little bit. All the way up to that is about the same. And also much easier, much more comfortable. Okay, we're going to switch to the crossbow now. And start using Grand Con. All right, here we go. And looking at the damage, by the way, whoever said that guzzle moles don't do life drain, it's 66% physical, 33% life drain. So I'd say guzzle moles do a fair amount of life drain. Is creature mastery easier to get now, or you still need those tokens? Creature mastery, do you mean animus mastery? You can do it either through soul cores, which is better for like mass completions, or you can do individual creatures via the soul seals from the weekly stuff. Here we go. All right, guzzle done. Now I have them all. That was reasonably easy. Do you have them all? No, I don't think so. I when I said I have them all, okay, them all. Yes, okay, all right, very funny, very good. Yes, I meant I have all the Roshamel creatures I want. I can go hunt Roshamel West and Upper Rosh. No problem. If I am new to Tibia, just learn the basics. Should I buy high-level monk or RP? You shouldn't buy a high-level character. Buy a low-level character with reasonable skills. Like 100, 110 plus, and just play that and learn the game, dude. Shouldn't have been new servers today? Am I mixing up the dates? Yes, but it's too early. It usually happens in about 1 hour or so. It's too early for new servers. They don't release them straight away. All right, 143 more charm points for Carnage T2, and we've got everything on T2. Probably get that tomorrow. I could get it today if I went to like complete a few bestiaries, but nah. Did you use soul seals? Yes, I used the soul seals. I used the weekly soul seals. Oh, I never did finish my weeklies still on this character. Still need to do 2 more. I need to do ghosts and crabs. Then I'll have 16. Skip the Orc Rider. Deepling Worker is not too bad as well. I have a pretty fast respawn. There's like 20 of them. So you just do 3 laps. What's Dust at? 296. So we still a fair bit of being able to upgrade that one to tier 7. Still need almost another 300 dust. It looked so easy for you. I thought they were really hard. They're not. They're not as hard as you think. The soul pit monsters that are hard are like team hunt only monsters. So if you're talking library plus, you're not going to solo them. Like library, rotten blood, deer, gnome prana, all those monsters in the soul pit you need to do as a team. And also there are other monsters that are recommended to do as part of a team, which are very difficult. Stuff like Hellflayer, Dwarf Shadow Stalker, Mega Dragon, maybe. Those are like solo monsters, but they pack a punch, and it's kind of risky to do them solo unless you're like really hard. Modified Gnarlhound. Yeah, Modified Gnarlhound, one of the hardest soul pit monsters, which is so funny. Because they take like 0 damage and they have crazy health. It's really hard to kill them. Yes, you're definitely not going to do Modified Gnarlhound solo. How about Falcons as ED? Yeah, you could do Falcons. Falcon Knight is a very easy soul pit. Falcon Paladin, I don't know. Falcon Paladin can be a bit rough because they do hit a lot from the distance. They can nuke you if you get unlucky. Don't know. I would definitely be able to do Falcon Knight solo. I don't know about Paladins. I think generally Falcons, though, you may just find a team. Might just be better to get a team. Because enough people will be looking for a double Falcon soul pit, right? Having 6k charm points with charms to pick on 500 RP. Okay. Low blow, overpower, freeze, zap, poison. That gets you to what, 5.7? Yeah. Oh, I quite like the soul seals. I remember shitting on them when they were first added, and I still don't think the soul seals are particularly good for like completing your animus fully, right? If you want to do a 200 easy soul core soul pit run, that's much easier. Sorry, just getting a phone call. I'll be right back. All right, sorry guys, we have to move on to Persist Online right now. Totally unrelated to the phone call. So thank you for watching. Nah, I'm joking. We can play a little bit more of the baby Paladin. Not too much more, maybe like another 30 minutes or so. Nah, it was my eye doctor. Well, I forget the name. Anyway, because I need to get some new glasses, and they were rescheduling the appointment. Charms are hard to decide on. Currently have dodge and flame, freeze and zap. Yeah, if you do the reset, Sander, don't pick up dodge. You're gonna regret that. And flame is also, I don't know if it's that good on an EK. Gynecologist. Optometrist. That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah, optometrist. I think that's the one, right? The opticians. The opticians called to reschedule. There we go. Let's just go with the easy word. The opticians. All right, let's try this again. It seemed pretty good earlier. And I still forgot the freaking poison walls. Jesus, my memory is so bad, dude. Can I do 2 at once? 2 Furies at once, eh? Let's go. Ooh. Spicy. All right. Now, this respawn, I have to say, it's very 5-6 years ago type respawn. You know, single target. I don't want 2 floatings though. 2 floatings F me up. Yeah, this is not a very modern respawn. Nah, I think we're gonna yeet that one out of the recommended respawns for modern Tibia. For a modern Tibia player. Ah! Echo promise. Oh no, you're right. I would have to trigger an echo. Oh no. Okay, maybe we should leave. Imagine the floating savant echo. Oh Jesus Christ. Oh. Hello. You can't go down there, can you? Can you? I don't have access. Anybody on Nevia? You want to go trigger down? I don't have access to it. I'm too low level. If anybody wants to go trigger, it's going to be on -2. So you'll have to go down these stairs. And then it'll be up here. Hey, up. Exaniho down. It doesn't work. I'm not going to try. No, it doesn't work, thank God. Literally someone just talking about me triggering all the echoes, and then it's right there. Right there, dude. It's probably a demon echo, right? There's a demon up there. So if anybody on Nevia from the boss hunting group... Oh, hang on a minute. Poison walls. Yo. Look at that. Someone threw me 200 poison walls. That's a bit of an overkill. Thank you, kind stranger. I think I'm not going to quite need 200 poison walls. I'm probably not going to be long enough, but there we go. Thank you. Yeah, no, this is not good enough though as a respawn. You know, this is definitely not good enough as a respawn. Like 800k raw. I mean, I am fucking around a little bit. You could maybe push like 1kk, but these days 1kk at this level is actually kind of yo. Anybody wants Annihilator at home? Oh my god. Go show again. Yeah, one sec. Oh, they're moving. Oh, look at that. I guess it was an 8x demon. Oh, they're all moving away. No. No, I don't want two of you. It's quite funny. Yo, poison walls coming in clutch right here. Legend. Tons of damage down there. Yep. I'm kind of glad I don't have the access there. I don't think I could make it there. Oh. Nice. Okay, I'm wasting my time here though. Like this is not a good respawn. We came, we tried, decided it's bad. So, is the Paladin's power spike around level 90? That is a big power spike. Yes, that's when you get crystalline arrows. That's at least when I personally go for like powerful imbues and really start AoE hunting. So you have a bit more health then. You get crystalline arrows. So yes, I think the power spikes for Paladin right now are level 60, level 90, and probably 150, right? Although it's less of a spike now than it used to be. Because previously, before level 150, what did you have, right? You had crystalline arrows and you had like runes and technically mass san. I suppose you still had mass san. Now you've got the Ephro barrage, which just slaps. So even though you don't have diamond arrows on level 90, you still have Ephro barrage plus mass san combo. You don't actually need the diamond arrows quite as much, you know? So that the power spike at 150 post rebalance is much smaller than it was before. Before, you grinded to that 150 on a Paladin and you hit the 150 and the game opened up and it was amazing. Now it's like, yeah, you know, it's sure, diamond arrows are nice, you know? But you're already kind of giga strong from like level 90 anyway, so it's actually way less of an impact than it was. Stupid Twitch commercial. Did you comment on my message? Hey, Twitch commercials, how I get paid. There's a big discussion about MS1 perks. People claiming Echo Extra Crit is better than Skill Mastery. Your opinion, please. I'm not much of a number theory crafter. I always say this, right? I say this sometimes, so I guess I'll say it again. My game is about optimizing playstyle. I love optimizing the rotation effectiveness, the auto attack effectiveness, the lap, the damage output through movement, through being very, very efficient at the playstyle. Theory crafting builds and running calculators to figure out what's the best possible build to squeeze out a tiny bit more damage and understand all the formulas and all the damage calculations that goes on in the game. I don't care. That is not my specialty. That is not what I decide to spend my effort on. If you want to ask me about how to optimize a hunt through the actual gameplay, that's my stuff. If you want to ask me about, is this perk better than this perk because XYZ? I don't have a clue. I don't know. I don't care. I don't really want to do this kind of analysis, to be honest. But I can take a look for you anyway. So you're saying Echo? Were you talking about the perks? Were you talking about the modified perks? That Echo extra crit is better than skill mastery. I don't know what skill mastery means. I don't know what you mean by skill mastery. Why is Albus Dumbledore skilled on VIP list? Yes, I was like doing some AFK weekly task on like my low level druid, and I was AFK in a hole by orcs and Tice, and dude just roped me up and lured an orc berserker on me, like no fucking reason at all. So there you go. More damage on higher skill. Okay. I don't know. Call me alien. I can. For first of all, I would expect that crit chance is better. You know what? Why don't we run a quick weapon that calculator on Tibia Pal? It's still not published yet. But we can run a simulation and see what it says. I don't know what it's going to say. One sec. Let me open it up. Let me open up the browser. Bot chatter. All right. So here we go. So you want to compare the crit damage. That you want to compare the perks, right? Okay, let's reset everything here. Let's zoom in a bit so maybe you can see a bit better. I don't know if it's going to be that good zoomed in, but okay. So we are going to go for a sorcerer. Let's go for level 800 a sorcerer with 120 magic level. We are going to assume mastery of decay. So I don't know. We can try different stances, right? We're going to assume mastery of decay for the Death Echo. And okay, for the Wheel of Destiny, not really relevant necessarily, right? Shouldn't matter either way what we put in the Wheel of Destiny too much. So just skip it, not to overly complicate it. And let's go for a sanguine coil. Okay. Okay, 1 magic level, 7 crit damage, 12. I don't know about this one. We'll probably maybe roll this one. 4% of your magic levels extra damage for your spells, 2 fire, 2 energy magic level. Actually, we rolled this one off, right? What do we have here? Extra crit damage, crit chance. Okay. Which one are we going to roll? We're going to roll the 2 fire magic, right? So modify selected perk. Here we're going to go for combat, right? Highest combat skill percentage spell damage. So let's go with that one and this one. So that's going to be our wheel. And let's finish. We're not going to have any forge bonuses. Common rotation. So for rotation, let's go for the, I don't know, Death Echo Great Fire Wave rotation. Just a simple one. I don't know. Let's go with this one. So we've got some targets with Death Echo, Great Fire Wave, Hell's Core. Maybe don't worry about the targets. I guess it doesn't matter. Let's just assume like 0 for everything. Okay. And then let's go for build B. Let's import everything from build A. And the only thing we're going to change is we are going to change this combat skill into Death Echo. Now, I don't know how well this is going to work. I assume it should work, but... So what did you say? Which one do you want to check? Critical hit chance, critical extra damage. You said critical extra damage, I think, in your message, right? Yeah, I know it's crit, but which one? Chance or damage? I'll send the link. I'll send the link in a few minutes. Crit damage. Okay. So select perk. Okay. So the only difference here, chance is better. Exactly. I think chance is better. Italian saying chance. I think chance is better, but the guy's asking about crit damage. So we'll run both. But for now, okay. Build A uses the default percentage magic level. Build B uses crit damage. And let's see. It's saying build B, so the crit damage is 0.92% better, apparently. Which makes me think that it's not applying the percentage combat properly because, for example, Great Fire Wave is unchanged. So I don't think this works. I think there's probably a bug because I would expect to see different damage on Great Fire Wave on the build on the left, right? Because it should be doing extra damage from the perk. I guess the perk isn't working. But we can compare crit damage to crit chance, at least. Let me check the crit chance. So that one was 0.92% better. And now if we go for crit chance, it's saying it's 1.12% better. So crit chance definitely is better than crit damage. I just need to figure out why the build A is not applying here. Let me check it again. We do have it. We do have 8% of your highest combat skill as extra spell damage. But it does seem that is not applying in the calculator properly. Right? Because it's not applying any damage to like Hell's Core or Great Fire Wave, right? There would be. It should have that. When will this tool be released? I don't know. Clearly it's still not fully ready yet, right? Let me make a note so I do look into that one. Percentage combat. Percentage combat. In fact, let me just copy the link altogether and I'll send it to Claude right now. Let me open up Claude, my good friend Claude. Start a session. Let me tell him. I just ran the calculator and it seems the percentage combat perk does not apply at all. Here is the hash link. You can run the calcs yourself. Figure out why the percentage combat is not doing anything or affecting the results. All right. Claude will be working in the background and fix it. You have to leave. Okay, just before you do, if you do want the link, because people are asking about the link, the link is hidden. But if you do want it, it's on tibiapal.com/damage calculator. You can play around with it, but like you see, some things still don't work. It is hidden. Once it's fully ready and available, I'll push it to the navigation bar and I'll make a video about it. But for now, it's still experimental and some things clearly don't quite work. Weapon skill including stance or not? Yes, including stance. It says it in the description. Stance bonuses included like sharpshooter, blood rage, or virtue of justice. Indeed. Do you have a video about optimizing your rotation after balancing for Paladin? I mean, it's the simplest thing in the world. It's just Ethereal Barrage into Massan. That's basically your rotation at 90% of respawns. You have Edron Weremobs listed as 1.5 KK raw on Paladin. Yep. I hunted -1. I hunted a very classic Edron -1 lap. I can show you. Where is it? I just hunted these 5 rooms right here. This lap. Like that. Clockwise. These five rooms on -1. This is like a very standard lap on Edrinware creatures. I did that on the Sorcerer too. You don't overkill this until much higher level. Very, very good. It's definitely the best lap you can do. Like, because the other alternative is like make a longer lap through here, but it's way more inefficient. You've got quite a long corridor here, corridor here, corridor here, and on -2, there's no real lap. Like, if there was a 2x respawn, you could maybe do a lap through these 4 rooms. But this room up here with the werewolf boss is total bait because you kind of really have to be going in and out of corridors, and there's only like 2 free creatures in each, so it's garbage. You could maybe do this lap on like a 2x respawn, and that would be okay as well. But yeah, it's much better to just go -1 and just do this lap. This one is definitely the best. Okay. So what did we have planned? Motor Fury. Let me just bin that. We're not recommending Motor Fury anymore. Goodbye, Motor Fury. I also have Ghastly Dragons and Talahu Medusas and Serpents for a 130 plus, but that's probably not good anymore these days, right? Well, Grim Reaper's rotation is Divine Caldera and Divine Barrage. Yep. Hey, I'm watching your old... I'm watching your old Paladin playlist, and there you were recommending Grizzly Adams tasks. Is it still valuable, or is it better to grind bounty task system? Well, Grizzly Adams, you still want to do a few of them, definitely, because you definitely want minimum of 20 points to get the shortcuts to, Chor, Banuta, Asura Palace, stuff like that. But other than that, yeah, the benefits are pretty tiny, so I wouldn't really worry about grinding it too much. I have literally 0 Animus Masteries on my 400 Monk. Got some Soul Seals for like 3-4. Any recommendations? Mitmasia, maybe? Mitmasia, Cobra Assassin. And eventually, later on, you'll want like Dragalisk and Norkferatus. RP not using AoE runes anymore? No, just spells now. Is there anything better than Exotic K for EK solo around 190 to 200? I imagine you can do more like Lurkers, Sparklers. If you have a Fire Weapon or Energy Weapon, then Grim Reapers, definitely. Maybe that's it. What was the deal with the RP stance interfering with healing? Not sure. Not sure what you're talking about. Probably Sea Serpent. No. Sea Serpent is an old school respawn for sure. And hasn't really lasted the test of time, to be honest. He means Tito used to not allow you to heal at all, but that was been removed. Oh, okay. Yep, indeed. So that's been changed. The stances, yeah. So the old Tito, which prevented you from healing, that is dead. It's gone. No longer. You've got this sharpshooter stance now, which is basically the old Tito, and all it does, it just gives you 32% of your distance for free. Pretty good. Permanently on. Don't have to cast it. No downside. Totally perfectly balanced. Paladins always gain the best tools. Right now, no downside to it. I think originally, even in rebounds, like reduced your healing by like 20% or something, but it did get rid of it. Okay, I don't know if I want to do anything else on here. We've tested the Gloof Bandits. Deeplings in Oromund West I have for 120. So I think what I'm going to do is this evening, I'll just go Gloof Bandits. I'll record the hunt and I'll hit like 120. Then I'm going to record these two. Do I have something else for 120? Let me just check Tibia Pal again. Real quick. Oh, wait, let me check what Claude has said. Has Claude worked through it now? What's Claude saying? Okay. Okay, apparently it's fixed. Let me see if I can rerun the calc that we just ran. Hang on, let me regenerate the code. One sec. Let me start the local server, local development server for Tibia Pal. And then we'll have a local instance, and then we can try to run that damage calc one more time. It's just building now. What's the problem? Why is it not working? Is it not letting me do it through Firefox? There we go. All right. So now let's make sure it's all loaded again. So here we have this proficiency for Sanguine Coil with the combat, and here we got the crit chance. We have the crit chance for Death Echo, and let's compare now. Combat wins. There we go. Now it's actually applying, and we can see that it worked, right? We can see that the Great Fire Wave is benefiting, and the Hell Score is benefiting from the left build, which was giving you the combat, so the percentage of magic level as flat damage. And the Death Echo is actually winning on the right-hand side through the Death Echo perk. But overall, once you account for everything, the build A, which is the combat percentage for magic level, does win out by 0.35%. There we go. So I did fix it. But like you see, this is why it's still experimental, because still some things somewhere don't apply properly. This bug here, according to Claude, was only for mages. Because it was defaulting to like sword fighting or whatever for mages, but now it's going to be looking at the magic level, and yeah, once you do that, you can see it's about 0.35% better compared to the echo proficiency. So there you go. So to answer I know that the person who asked the question is gone now. Maybe he's going to watch the VOD later. The answer to his question was that no, I don't think the crit chance or the crit damage for Death Echo perk is better than the combat percentage. It's showing percentage to autos is a bit better than spells for RP. Yeah, it depends on how many targets you can hit, right? This is the most critical part of the tool, and also the most difficult to fill out, is the average number of targets per spell and per ability. And you tweak those numbers ever so slightly, and suddenly the outcome is different, right? So and that's very hard to measure, right? So it is all approximate, though. Your question, do I want to pop carpet on my pally whenever possible, or save it for the big rooms? It's a judgment call, and you just need to get a hang of it. Generally, I save it for when I know that I'm going to be boxing for the next few seconds, right? And I can manage it. Because oftentimes when I'm doing like a big pull, it's too risky for me to be suddenly standing with carpet and boxing. I might die, right? That's a judgment call as well. You do want to get at least 2 turns off of carpet, ideally 3 turns. So yeah, you kind of need judgment call, really. Depends on the respawn too. All right, let's go back to the bed. What's up, Milo? Let me push that fix from good old Claude. Any chance to make root vids for flimsies with RP? Well, eventually, yes. Well, so PH, if you're high level enough, I can already tell you. Oh, I don't know where it is. Is it like left here somewhere? So there's regular flimsies. Where's the Port Hope flimsies? I can never find this shit. Of course, I mean, we are going to make those videos, and they will probably be some of the first Paladin videos we do. So the plan is to finish off the Sorcerer stuff, and then as we move on to Paladin videos, I'm going to begin by uploading like popular Paladin spots. So we are going to start with Flimsy's Port Hope, Flimsy's Venor, Aslan Catacombs, Aslan Castle, Oromont Catacombs, Upper Roche, Falcons, places like that, right? I would love auto potting in Tibia. It's too close to what an OT does. I don't know. Don't need to make game too easy. I don't know if that's the right way to don't know if that's the best way to do it. Okay, the Tibia map is just all over the place, dude. So random. Oh, this is the other flimsies. This is the Vengoth. What about the Port Hope stuff? I can't quite see it anywhere. Oh, hang on. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. So basically, just a short summary, Milo. I'm assuming you're high level enough to hunt the lower level too. I find from like level 500, I needed to be hunting the lower level. So on this level, you just do the kind of standard lap where you go like here, you go through, then you go up here. But then instead of doing this little corridor, if you're just hunting -1, you would do this corridor. But if you're high level enough to hunt -2, you skip this bit. So you go down the hole, and then you do this bit here without going through to the other side. So you just do this left hand side. So you go up, you go through here like this, and go back up. And then you go down south straight away, do this room, go through here, pop over to the other side, and then finish this room like usual as well. And that's it. So you do most of the -1. You usually skip this room in the top north, and you skip this corridor on the left. And then you go to -2, and you just do like this left section as well. You don't really need to go into the right hand side. Is 400 for flimsies enough? Yeah, I think so. These days, don't have best in slot equipment, I am struggling a bit. Well, if you don't have best in slot equipment, then yeah, maybe not. But I don't know. I'm going to be testing it. I'm going to be testing on 300 on my baby Paladin. Maybe it's going to be too hard, but also depends which flimsies, right? Flimsies Venor -2 is pretty hard for 400. I think flimsies PH -1. This one, just this flow without the freakish lost souls on -2. I think this would be okay on the Paladin. 930 RP. Okay, so you definitely need to be getting the freakish. At 930, I wonder if you're not even going to overkill, and you might even want to get this right hand side as well. Maybe just go like this and just go to the right and then through here. I'm not sure. And Venor, I don't know quite well enough. I'm gonna have to practice the route myself. Right, let me just get a quick drink of water. I think we are gonna still better than Crypt. Yes, still better than Crypt. I think we're gonna go and persist in a minute. I don't really have anything else that I want to do on Tibia. This baby Paladin now just needs to record some guides, so he's basically done. Main Paladin, I'm kind of done with as well for the time being. The only things I have left on him is doing the Goannas. I need to do some stuff on the Sorcerer still. I need a few recordings there. But again, that would be off stream. Where are you from? I'm Polish. I spent a lot of time in the UK, though. Hence, English. Lived there for most of my life at some point. Oh, how about I just finish this shit? How about I finish the crabs? If you want to watch a bit more exciting Tibia, then we can just finish the crabs. Finish the weekly so I don't have to worry about it. And then I'll go and persist. You live in Poland? Yes, yes. I wrote something wrong because I wanted to play Persist online, but played Persister. Just an accident. Just an accident. Right? It happened to anybody. Take firebombs? Nah. Your accent is so British. I mean, I lived there for a long time. I moved there as a child. But yes, I did integrate pretty well. You can take a Polish man out of Poland, but you can't take Tibia out of a Polish man. Truer words have never been spoken. Very real. Very real. First 2 columns to roll on Soul Bleeder. Yep. Indeed. All right. What's the monk wheel for 500 points, by the way? T2 ascetic. Until you can get tier 2 chain, you just go tier 2 ascetic. Chain is still another 100 odd levels. Tibia not persist online for now. For now, we'll be going persist soon. Actually, I'm just finishing my weeklies. And yeah, if anybody wants to try persist, yeah, at any point, just let me know. I've got an invite for you. Get me out of this server, please. 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 Oh my god. Why don't you transfer then? Because I'm doing wardens. I like the wardens. I really love the warden system. As soon as I'm done with wardens, I'm not going to be playing here, dude. I think I will transfer my baby Paladin. Once I'm actually, I guess quite soon, because quite soon I'm going to be full on baby Paladin mode. So I guess we'll transfer the baby Paladin maybe in like a week or so. Once I'm done with wardens. Well, we're doing the wardens, right? From the echoes. We're doing those as part of a bossing group. Let me check how many I got. I have 454 out of 741 right now. That's 61%. I have 61% of all wardens done. I would probably like to have 80 to 90% before I'd consider transferring off, you know? No, I would never transfer to Yellow Battle Eye. If I wanted to play on Yellow Battle Eye, I would just buy a character on Yellow Battle Eye. Transferring from green to yellow is a mortal sin. Okay, I only need one more crab. I can just get out and kill it on the surface. Oh, and one's here anyways. Okay, that's crabs done. I need one more for 16. So I've got ghosts or deepling workers. Ghosts are technically much easier, obviously, but I would need to go inside of a tomb. Whereas deepling workers, you know what? I'm going to go for deepling's worker because that way I'm also going to get a bit of progress on deepling brawlers, which are right there. So even though it's slightly worse, I'd rather do it. Get a small progress on deepling brawlers, which I don't have done. Oh god, is there gonna be someone doing deepling workers? Oh my god, please, please, no. I don't mind acclaiming with letters and Discord as long as the server isn't super populated. Like claiming with letters and Discord screenshots would be absolute hell on a server like Nevia. And it was when they had it. It was just such chaos, dude. It was like 10 a.m. and at like Grim Reapers, you'd have like 7 people insta-log at the same time, all throw the letters on the one SQM. And, you know, imagine dealing with that afterwards. Just horrible. But on a dead-ish server, like, you know, if I'm planning to transfer to Sonira or even on Kalanta, the letter system and the Discord screenshot to me is perfectly fine just because there isn't enough people to compete for all these spots, and it's fine. Like it's fairly easy to manage, right? It's once you hit a critical mass of players or community on a server, it's when the letters just become unworkable. So how it works, someone triggers Echo, it's a warden, and then it's announced on Discord or something so you can kill it. Yes, exactly. You have it's a bit more intricate than that. You know, we have extra options. There's a list of creatures that you select that you want to do and want to be notified about, right? So every time you kill a warden, you just click unfollow and you don't get notified about that one. But yeah, someone spawns a warden, they go into the Discord channel, they type a command warden, they choose the name of the creature from a drop down, send it over. Everybody who is assigned to that warden gets a Discord ping notification with the location, and they just go over there, tag it. Obviously, you have to be fast because there's a 10-minute kill time before they despawn, so there's usually like a 5-6 minute window that people will wait before killing it. And yeah, that's how it works. And there's like hundreds of people doing it, and it works pretty damn great. Is it free on Nevi or like a boss group you have to pay? Right now it's free. It's open to everybody. If you want to join and participate in the group, then you can just ask someone and you will be invited. However, there is more and more issues with more people like not really understanding how the tagging system works and stuff. So I would not be surprised if it stops being such an open free system pretty soon, because as always, we can't have nice things because of idiots who can't follow simple rules. So far, right now, it's nice and cheap and, well, free. So it's great. I do have a gut feeling that it's probably not going to remain so for forever. You know what bot in Discord does this? It's a custom Nevia bot made by Raphael on Nevia, and he's got that bot for sale. So like he's made it customizable that if anybody on any new server would like to have this bot working out the box, I think you can reach out to him and he'll just give you the code. I don't know about the pricing or anything like that. He just said he's willing to share it with other servers if they want it. But I don't know anything more than that. It is pretty good though. It works. It works pretty damn well. I'm very, very impressed with it. Okay, let's go to another lap. Maybe the respawn's here. Yeah, looks like it. You mentioned about transferring to Sonira. There are like 80 people playing. Won't you miss bosses, a live market, etc.? No, I don't care about any of those things. I mean, again, it's a fair consideration, but you have to answer the question to yourself if that's important to you. To me, bosses, don't care. The only bosses I do are solo bosses like Magnolia. Market, I don't care about the market. I have all best in slot. I have all the items I'm ever going to need. Maybe I will miss some weeklies every now and then, but who cares, right? If I do 12 instead of 16, who cares? I'm not like some massive completionist for the weeklies. So what else is there? I don't really care, right? And if I have to pay 10 or 20% more for some items, again, I don't care. I have enough money in this game that I don't care if it's a little bit more expensive to buy a prismatic ring or a silver token or whatever. So no, none of the downside I don't really care about too much. And I made sure to do all the quest accesses that require people as well, so I don't need any quest accesses. So no, for my type of gameplay, for what I want to do in Tibia, a dead server is pretty damn great. The only thing that I might not be able to do on a dead server, or not as easily, is grab some people, some friends, and go do a bestiary. Like, obviously, over the past few streams, you've been watching me do, like, Azalon, Castle, bestiary with, like, Luquinho and Vieswav. And that is something that would be harder for me to do on Kalanta or Sonira or whatever, but I still feel like I could probably find a person or two who would be up for this kind of duo with me every now and then doing some bestiaries and stuff. So I don't think it would necessarily even be impossible or anything. That's probably like the main downside for me, and the main benefit of Nevia, that I do have people that I know who I'm friendly with on this server to be able to do something like this. And on Sonira, it would be, probably a little harder. Okay, aren't you worried that Sonira is going to get merged eventually? Sure. I mean, that's a downside as well. If it does, then it does. Then I'll find another server, right? It's only a 750 TC transfer, whatever. I mean, it's annoying when your server gets merged, and I'm definitely not going to be investing into some crazy house because of that. But, if I can get to play in peace for 6 months, then that's fine, right? All right, just gonna pop to the toilet quickly, and then I think we'll be switching to Persist online. Be right back. I think Tibia is like the only MMO that you want to be alone in and play on dead servers. I mean, I don't play enough MMOs to be able to confidently say that Tibia is the only one like that. I'm pretty sure if you're doing a quest in World of Warcraft and you're farming some monster to get some beaks or whatever, it's still annoying if another player comes into the same place and is also doing the same quest. So I'm not sure that it's always Tibia specific, but yes, Tibia is particularly bad for it though. I think with how you have these like very best respawns that you want to go to and be there for like months at a time, and you have 20 players who want to be there for months at a time, that creates a very awkward, difficult atmosphere, right? Up to which level will the sorcerer's guides be added before you switch to the paladin? So on YouTube, sorcerer guides will cover up to and including all level 500 spots in the next like month or so. I don't think I'm going to go up as high as 600 because, to be quite honest, I am not feeling like leveling this guy to level 600. He's 549 and he'll be good enough to record 500 spots, but I don't want to be grinding out 50 extra levels on him. So we'll do everything up to and including 500-ish spots. But then we'll probably switch to Paladin. Checking on the spots to see whether you can play after work or not is a big turnoff. Yep, exactly. This is where the Discord booking helps a lot, right? Because the Discord booking on Nevia, you know what you're going to be able to do. You've got the booking opens at 10 a.m. If you're able to book in at 10 a.m. for like 7 p.m., you're like, okay, chill. I can chill now for the next 9 hours. I know that when I log in at 7 p.m., that respawn's going to be there available for me, and I'm going to be the one who's got it, right? That's awesome. If you come in after work and it's 5 p.m. and you run in between 10 different respawns trying to see what's free, that's horrible, right? Just going to put my coffee on. All right. Let me, I'm going to switch to Persist. Probably for another hour and a half or so. Let me update all my stream descriptions and stuff. Okay, I've updated it on Twitch. Okay, sorry. double sound. Sorry about that. Is Persist test viable for NA? Yeah. It's any region. I can invite you. Yeah, no problem. Send me anybody who wants to be invited to Persist Online. Send me a message on Discord. Because that then I can see your message very easily. I could just send you the link there. Like, don't on stream. It's kind of hard for me to see it. Okay, I've updated everything. Let me load Persist. And if you're not interested at all, then of course, well, that'll be it for Tibia streams for you. We're going to be doing some PvP testing in Persist today. Or at least I've created a new character yesterday that I'm intending to build for PvP, because the big focus of this playtest is actually PvP. So probably not going to be strong enough within this playtest to actually try any serious PvP, but I can theory craft a build and start working towards it. Okay, let me close the music. There we go. Small indie game dev MMO. It kind of is. I mean, Tipsoft's hardly like some massive dev, right? Okay, so this is going to be my PvP character. We called him 1v1 me bro. I was particularly proud of that. He's very basic. He's only level 5, so he's barely got anything. Can't wait for open Persist online servers. Well, I mean, I hope Persist online is popular enough that people would start private open servers. That would be a great success. There's 14 people working on Persist. Nice. Let me see if there's some food with like stamina regeneration that would help me be a bit faster. Increase max stamina, increase loot values. I want stamina regeneration somewhere. Character level EXP gain. Reduce skill stamina cost. Yo, I must have a... Increase stamina regeneration here. Herbal tea. Increase stamina regeneration tier 1. Okay. Let me pop that one. Okay. And yeah, I'm not sure yet what we're gonna be using. I think we're gonna be using a pistol. Let me craft a quick pistol. It's a little bit better than this. Pistol. Desert Eagle. Gonna want it between level 6 and 10. Do we want the Desert Eagle? No. I think the Glock with a high. Yeah, we want the Glock. Let me just craft that real quick. Oh, it's gonna take 3 minutes. Well, let me start it anyway. I'll come back for it later. I guess I don't need it just yet because I'm using on early levels. I use melee weapons largely, anyways. But yeah, spoiler alert: I am thinking about the PvP character being a pistol character. I'll talk about that in a sec. How's the Dominando going? It's not going yet. It's not going yet. We might try and form a Dominando and Persist. I don't exactly know how that would work. I don't know what you'd be fighting over. Maybe eventually there'll be like raids and stuff, and you'll be preventing people from accessing the raids, so you get all the juiciest items. I don't know. All right. That's cool. A little bit laggy because we're in the center and there's a lot of people around, and I'm streaming, so the FPS is probably not going to be super great. You can see quite a lot of people running around and logging in. Yes, we're going to be doing druid stuff, and it is going to be updated on Tibia, pal. All in due time. No worries. Okay, let me. So something. Yeah. So if you're interested, I'm gonna go with the pistols. I think as my main weapon because of the pivoting ability that they have. So every weapon in the game has like a custom, something custom about it. Like pistols have this pivoting ability where you get 20% more damage while moving forward and 25% evasion rating or damage reduction rating while moving backwards. And in fact, I think this 20% damage was actually buffed to 40% damage. Let me just check the patch notes real quick. Oh, I see someone's asking for the invite link in the Discord. Yeah, I've seen your message now. Let me just send you the invite. One sec. There you go. Let me just check the patch notes real quick for Persist, because I think they did buff this on the pistols, and that's what made me think I want to play with the pistols. Yes, pistols. Increase the weapon identity bonus damage while moving forward from 20% to 40%. So they did increase it. It's not yet reflected in the description. So the pivoting is actually 40% extra damage for free while you're moving forward. So the reason I'm thinking about this for PvP is because when you are in PvE, then that kind of sucks because you have to be doing this pivoting, like moving forward, moving backwards, moving forward to get more damage, moving backward to get more defense, and it feels really bad. And often in PvE, you don't actually want to be walking towards the monsters, the enemies. But in PvP, when you're running someone down and gunning them down and fighting them, you're always going to be moving forward, always going to be benefiting from that 40% extra damage, which is really good. So that's basically my main reasoning. I do think that the pistols will probably be very good for PvP. I do think I will need another weapon because I think melee doesn't really work for PvP. So I'm going to need another weapon type that could also use, ideally one with like some debuffs. Like the one of the skills of the pistols applies crippled, which is also really good. It's minus 40% movement speed and minus 20% damage for the enemy that when you apply this. Then you've got an artery shot, which applies bleeding, which is a damage over time. It's actually pretty good for PvP, I imagine, as well. And on hit, you gain haste, which is 35% movement speed for 5 seconds. This is really good, actually. Yeah, or bleeding duration. No, you'd go for the haste. Oh, yeah, okay. So the pistols are definitely very good for PvP. I do want a second weapon type, which I was thinking probably assault rifles or submachine guns. I don't think rifles are going to be terrible. That's like sniper rifles. You're never going to hit anybody. Revolvers also depend on like 100% accuracy. Those aren't going to be very good. Machine guns are for AoE. So it only leaves shotguns, submachine guns, and assault rifles. But I think shotguns are probably going to be too hard to aim as well. I think it leaves... The three viable weapons, I think, for PvP are pistols, assault rifles, and submachine guns. Let me just check the second one if I want a submachine gun or an assault rifle. On reload, gain status effect. Critical hit chance is increased by 30% every time you reload for 2 seconds. Okay. And you've got this one, which reduced recoil, accuracy, damage. Hit supply vulnerable. This is interesting. 5 seconds. Vulnerable. Target suffers 25% increased damage from all attacks for 5 seconds. That's not bad for PvP. And we have this one. Ricochet. Gain status effect. Bullets hit up to 2 additional targets for 50% of damage in 5-meter radius. So that's not good for PvP. Unless it was like group PvP, like 3v3, and they were all stacked. That would be good. This is mostly a solo skill, though. I don't think this would be good for PvP. Plus 2 additional targets. That's awesome for PvE. Terrible for PvP, though. What about this one for PvP? Hits apply disarmed. Disarmed players are unable to use weapons. Okay. So that one's really good for PvP as well. How can you play this game now? So I can play it permanently because I'm a permanent tester. I've been invited by Tipsoft, but it's a playtest right now. If you want to play, I can invite you because I'm as the content creator and permanent tester. I can invite people. So if you want to play, send me a message on Discord. I'll send you the link and you can play for like the next 5 days or so. And hits apply disgusted as well. Targets is unable to use consumable items. Okay, that's really good. So you get disarmed and disgusted for 4 seconds. This is really good for PvP. So submachine guns look like a good alternative PvP weapon. Let me check the assault rifle perks. Increase headshot damage while the target suffers from physical debuff. That's not that good. Here we have kneecapper. Hit supply crippled, which basically works for 9 seconds because you've got a status effect of 6 seconds and you apply crippled for 3 seconds. As long as you're hitting for 6 seconds, they're going to have crippled, and then another 3 seconds. At 9 seconds of crippled for minus 40% movement speed. Also pretty good. What else do you get? You get another 2 seconds duration. So that's 8 seconds for the crippled status, plus 3 seconds at the end. Not bad for PvP and an assault rifle. Then you've got kill shot. Next shot deals an additional 200% damage and applies suppressed or disgusted. That's okay. The only problem, this is just one hit, right? The submachine guns had status effects that just last for 6 seconds and 5 seconds. So every hit from those would be applying those debuffs, whereas on assault rifles, you would have to hit. You would have to hit the next hit. If you miss it, you just wasted this. So I think it's too unreliable. And then you've got this other skill, which is C-Clamp Grip, which lasts for 8 seconds. but it has a downside, which means while not moving, plus 80% damage and hit supply vulnerable. Norbert Gudek, if you have Discord, send me a message on Discord. My Discord name is just Kuznia. So if you can find me on Discord, I'll invite you. Is this game only PvP or PvE? Both. It's going to be both. Focus on both. It's going to have, yeah, PvE and PvP. So this is the other one. Hit supply vulnerable. Minus 30-second cooldown, not move during status effect. 25%. This isn't okay. So this is not that good. Okay. So for me, I think it's a submachine gun. Is a pistol for like doing damage into the submachine gun. Pistol and submachine gun is going to be my PvP combo. The only thing I still need to figure out just real quick is which armor type I'm going for. We've got 2 armor types in here, flexible and sturdy. Sturdy generally has better skills, but I just want to check I don't know the flexible skills. I just want to check real quick what the flexible skills are. So flexible uses like evasion. So you get to just dodge attacks. I don't think flexible is that good. No, I think sturdy is better. Sturdy is always better because it has this ability which gives you a bunch of shield, and this perk is really good. This perk says stamina cost is paid back after using the skill, which means that you can basically cast the spell for free. And stamina is very, very useful in this game because you've got a lot of abilities that you spend stamina on. So yeah, if you can get one of those key abilities for free, then that's really good. So I am going to go with sturdy. I always go with sturdy basically for everything because it's so good. How much plays online on beta tests? I don't know. There's probably like 100 on this server, something like that. I'm a little concerned that the performance drops fairly significantly with so many people on the server because it doesn't seem that crazy, right? I'm just going to assume that it's pre-alpha, so they haven't got it all figured out and stuff. And that's why it's a little bit laggy, but I would obviously expect that once the game is live and they have like 500 people on a server, that it wouldn't be so laggy. I hope they can figure it out because compared to when there isn't a public playtest, when I'm just playing myself, the performance is definitely a lot better when there's not so many people around. Okay, let me just check the guild registry. I can show you what I was talking about a little bit earlier about the bonuses. That you can get. And then we're just going to go EXP. I'm not actually going to be doing many of the quests and stuff, but I will. EXP. So I have a guild. Our guild is called Fracture, which I thought was a pretty cool name because, you know, it's like zombies and broken bones and stuff. I think it's a pretty thematic guild name. So if anybody wants to be invited, you let me know. And then we have quests that you can do. I don't know if I can succeed any of these by myself. Let's have a look at the difficulties. Is it an open world game where all players can run around? Yep, it's like Tibia. It's like Tibia. It's basically an open world. There is no. Yeah, I just sent you a message back on Discord. There is no like private areas, right? So it's all joint. I'm just seeing if there's any guild quest that I could do on this character. I don't think so. Oh, maybe this one? Headhunt score of 775. I can't kill 775 zombies. Can I? Maybe we can try this one. Is it possible to have first person view? No. If anybody wants to join, if anybody is online right now. Oh shit, the quest just re-rolled. Every 30 minutes they re-roll the quest. Okay, they've just re-rolled. Oh, I think I can do this one. Got a rare one here. It gives more XP and stuff. And then once you do those, yeah, okay, we're going to do this one. We're going to do this one right here. And then once you do those, you get like guild levels and stuff, and you can get global bonuses to everybody in the guild, which is, I mean, I think that's really cool. You get like skill XP. Obviously, this is all placeholder. Like, this UI is horrible, and they're definitely going to change this UI. But this is something that you know, when you watch this gameplay, you have to remember. This is not even alpha. This is not open. This is not early access. This is like still closed game that is still very, very much in very active development. This UI is all going to be reworked, I'm sure of it. Anyways, you get like global bonuses to everybody in the guild for completing these guild quests. I think it's pretty cool. So we're going to go with this one. And we need to kill 210 zombies in the next 32 minutes. This is a real baby character, so I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but we're gonna try. What I'm gonna quickly buy before we do this, I'm gonna buy some repair kits for ammo for my items, so that if my durability of my items is destroyed, I can actually repair them without having to go back to town. Get some of these. Oh, and I've got this food that I had for the stamina, right? Let me eat the food. Here we go. All right, let's go. Are there some weapon proficiencies here? Yeah, I mean, yeah, you've got massive skill trees, right, for each weapon. I was theory crafting a moment ago for my PvP characters, so it's not proficiencies like in Tibia, but it's obviously different. Anyway, we're going to be going for melee. But okay, so this is where we need to kill 200 zombies in 30 minutes. What's with... Yeah, I think the optimization is fairly bad, yes. The FPS... I am streaming, which also has an extra strain on my computer. But yes, I mean, optimizing the game is not yet the top priority for them. What do we have here? But yes, it's fairly badly optimized, yes, indeed. I would like to see... I do have it capped on 60 FPS, but I'm not even hitting the 60 FPS, you know. But this is... I think this is because there's so many players online relatively to the games, to their normal amount, that it's the FPS are dropping a little bit. Let me try and pull as many of these as possible. If you're using melee, then you want to be AoEing down as much as possible. Do you think Tipsoft can release it this year? No. My personal guess would be early access release next year, and like proper release, or like proper 1.0 release in like 3 years or so. But that's just me. Let me just get my hammer skill. Heal attack against all targets in melee range. Yeah, let me get this one. Ah, shit. Okay. I'm on low settings. If you go on high settings, the game looks a little better. But it's still the same art style. But yeah, I'm on low, just to help with the FPS and stuff. Alright, so we're doing the guild quest right now. So we can get some bonuses to everybody in my guild. And yeah, if anybody plays on the European server, if you want to be invited to the guild for some small perks, then yeah, let me know. Anybody's welcome right now. I have a cleaver from level 7. So in level, one more level, we're going to switch to a different. We're going to switch from a hammer to an axe. Oh god, the FPS is a bit of a nightmare. I do hope they fix that. I mean, I'm not really going to enjoy playing this game on release if, you know, because there's 50 players around, I'm suddenly on 20 FPS, right? Definitely something they're going to have to take a look at. You know, I have enough of a PC. Playing a game like this on low settings, I should be in like 200 FPS territory, you know, not 20. Next sector battle at 6:26 p.m. Central European time. Yes, I'm aware. Unfortunately, that timing for me usually not great. Usually not great because my kids are home from preschool by that point, and I'm usually just playing with my kids and stuff. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to participate in the sector battle. But if I happen to be online, I'll check it out. I'm just building my future PvP character. I don't know why you're hanging around and watching if you're not interested, Chachman. Performance polishing for better FPS will come in the future. Yep, I understand. I would expect that, right? Performance polishing you want to do towards the end of the development cycle. It's not because if you did the performance polishing now, by the time the release would come, you'd need to do it again based on all the new features and things that were added in the game. I fully understand that. It's expected in game dev. Not surprised to hear that. It is a little bit annoying now when you're testing with so many people, but yeah, as long as it's on the radar and will be resolved for release, and that's great. I can suffer it. I can suffer the low FPS for the duration of the playtest. I killed 82 zombies in 5 minutes, so I'll be able to finish the quest, the guild quest. Then I'll maybe log onto my main character and finish my dailies on that one. We'll see. How's my endurance looking? I really want the endurance grind early level is quite rough. When you get endurance level 12 and you've got this perk which allows you to sprint without well being able to regenerate stamina while sprinting, it's pretty great. Then the game really opens up. What is your weapon here? So right now I'm using a hammer. Early game I find melee weapons to be much better because you can just group up a bunch of enemies, and weapons generally, they're guns, you know, they're mostly single targets, which makes them a little less efficient early game. And early game, you know, it's pretty easy, so you can just group up a bunch of monsters like this. Later on, once you're like level 20 or something, and if you get if you go in head first into like 10 zombies like this, then you're going to be in big trouble. But on, you know, this early game, early levels, you can do that, and then melee weapons are pretty good for that. So I'm just leveling now, trying to level as quickly as possible, just to unlock better items. And then on higher levels, you generally, at least in my experience, what the gameplay loop and the combat looks like later is you sort of you start with the guns, you pull all the monsters, you kill the most problematic ones, the ones that like buff other creatures and stuff. And once you've got those, I switch to a melee weapon and just finish off the easier ones afterwards. Ah yes, never-ending farts. At least you enjoy something, Chachman. Level 7. There we go, level 7. I can switch now to my axe. This one has the special ability of this weapon is that when target HP is below 20%, you get 100% crit chance. So it's very good for finishing stuff. I'm not sure it's going to be that good for PvP, because you're never really going to be able to be in range of enemies. But it would be very good for finishing someone if you could get on top of them in PvP. Not sure that's going to be realistic though. Yep. Yes, the guild quests. Yeah, they all have. There's always a special zombie that you can focus, but it's still just, at least in my experience, it's still just better to just go for all the groups of zombies. If they happen to have the special zombie you want to focus, that's great. But yeah, generally just get the big packs as much as possible and hopefully progress that. I've just discovered this guild quest yesterday. I had no idea this whole content existed. Like, I knew there were guilds. I wasn't familiar with the guild quest, and especially the guild perks. I'm so good that I missed out on all the guild perks while playing for so long. Would have been nice to have them available from the start, but now I know. So now I'm going to be doing the quests, farming the levels, and actually benefiting from the global guild perks. I can for sure see that being quite a fun piece of content once you have an actual active guild eventually. Having like a set time when you do the guild quest, and like say everybody tries to be online at 8 p.m. and you do like the 4 daily guild quests, and you all go and kill the monsters in the same group. I think that will be really cool. As long as you can do this for long enough for realistic benefits, I think that would be quite fun. Is the loop of this game the same as Tibia? Infinite grind to grind out? No. You have a level cap, first of all, which is just immediately totally different, right? Because you have I think the level cap is 100. So what you would be grinding for level 100, it's much more like World of Warcraft, right? In World of Warcraft, you hit level 100 or max level, whatever it is for the particular expansion, and then you grind for gear, right? You try and do incremental progression of your gear, get slightly better item with slightly better rolls and stuff to get stronger and complete content faster. And maybe you're going to be racing for like top 1 speed, completing something. I don't know what the end game's going to look like here. There isn't much of in the way of end game right now, but I imagine it's going to be something like that. Right? There maybe will be like PvP arenas where you have like PvP rankings and stuff. But yeah, ultimately it's reach max level and then like grind for gear, and to make your character stronger. But yeah, there is a level cap. 7 is your level. Yes, on this character, yes. It's just a fresh character I created. Maybe got like 1 hour of game time on this, probably less, probably more like 30 minutes of game time on this character. I'm just trying to level as quickly as possible. I'm not really doing the quests or anything, although there is actually a quest somewhere here that I can do, so I'm going to do that one in a second. This game is focused on group team play. I think eventually it will be. Yes, it is going to be like solo PvE that you can do solo PvE to like level up. But I think endgame will be team only. Yeah, it's kind of like in World of Warcraft. Like if you have like dungeons or raids, it's not like you can do that solo, right? And PvP definitely going to be very team heavy as well. And yeah, early level it's pretty easy to go solo, but I already find myself like struggling with a lot of the higher level content solo, and I can see that would be way easier in a party for faster grinding and stuff. So just like in Tibia, I do think that if you group up and do something together, probably going to be easier in a party. Are there some specific mechanics regarding battling the zombies? Yes, I mean, again, this is very early game. These are the most basic zombies. Once you get to higher difficulties, you've got special zombies which have like debuffs, maybe ranged. They slow you down. You have a zombie which heals other zombies, zombie which buffs other zombies, zombie which like makes you disoriented and switches the order of your keys. So like if you go left, you go right and stuff. So there's a lot of different mechanics, but that is like slightly higher difficulty. Maybe I can showcase that in just a bit once I finish this guild task here. Okay, let me actually assign some of the skills because I think my axe skill has gone up quite a bit now. We've got 3 skills here. What is this? Deal attacks against all targets in melee weapon. Deal 200% active weapons DPS. But it knocks back the... Okay. I think we can get one of these, but then we're going to go for... There we go. Here is the quest I was looking to do. Can summon monk to train skills? No, you can't. All training skills is just like for dealing damage. Oh, it depends on the skill. All the weapon skills is for dealing damage, so you deal as much damage as possible, and that progresses your skill. Then you've got other ones like first aid, which is for healing yourself, through medical consumables, and you've got professions like construction, woodworking, all this stuff, and that you do by doing those professions. Is that F4 ability icon something from Tibia? I don't know. I don't recognize it from Tibia. What is the law? Is the future the zombies just Tibia players? I don't know about the law. Could be. I don't know about the law. Believe me, I am not a law player, so I don't follow it too much. Okay, level 8. What do we have? We still need another 20 zombies in this area. FPS drops though. No. Yeah, let's finish the guild quest. At some point I'm going to want to practice those or skill up those pistol skills on this character for the PvP. But for now, it's just so much faster leveling with the melee. I find that once you start encountering ranged zombies like banshees and stuff, that's when you probably want to switch from the melee weapon as your default to an actual gun, because you want to deal with those before they just kill you from distance. And melee weapon obviously not great for that. Okay, I think we're going to finish the guild quest here. Yeah, done. Alright, we can go hand in the guild quest, see if we level up and if we can get another perk for the guild. No worries, Vintage. No worries. Do you have HP regen or only with skills food? Yeah, you do have HP regen. There's 2 types of HP regen. If you sit down, there you go. I have 10 HP regen, which is very quickly becomes basically nothing. And if you're in a resting area, in like inside the city, then it's 50 per second. But in combat, you get no. In combat you get no regen, then it's mostly through just items and like skills and stuff. Yeah. They should add some kind of guild content to Tibia. Yeah. This is why I was really surprised. Well, maybe not necessarily surprised, but I was quite happy to see all the perks for the guilds, right? Being able to like guild quests in Tibia would be great, so that the guild gets some benefits, right? Right now, the social aspect of Tibia is just very, not great, right? Would be nice for there to be a little bit more reason to do something together that is not just EXP grind, And these guild quests, I think, will be very, very cool in here. Okay, so I can hand this quest in. 305 XP. Will that get us an extra level? Yes, it will. Okay, so hand that in. We got an extra level. We got an extra perk, so we can invest it somewhere here. I personally think number of guild members. I don't know if I'll like that being in here. See, clearly that means there's a limited number of guild members you can have. I guess that's to limit just everybody being in one massive guild, I suppose. Okay. And there doesn't seem to be much for this influence metric that you get. I'm sure there'll be some other uses for the influence metric. Okay, there's no real other quest that I can do on this character. Maybe I can do something on the main character. Oh, I can do that one again, I think. The one no, hang on, what's this one? It doesn't have a description. But this looks like is this the one I've just done? Or is that bugged or what? I think that's the one I've just done, but I think it's somewhat bugged here at the bottom. Alright, never mind. Okay, let me go put this character down for a second and go on my main character, see if I've got some dailies and stuff that I want to complete. Some more tasks for better EXP for most active guilds. Yeah, I don't know, like, I feel like it would just end up with there always being just one guild on the server and everybody being in just that one guild to benefit, right? Maybe having this cap on members and the guild is actually not a bad idea. You just make sure that you have all the most active members. And it prevents there just being like tons of inactive players just wanting to benefit from the guild perks, right? Okay, so we just crafted a pistol. Ooh, level 10. Okay, that's kind of perfect, actually. Okay, let me recycle all the junk. Move over all the ingredients. I don't need this. I don't need this hammer anymore, but I'm going to keep it for another character. Here we've got level 1 legs. Don't need those. Don't need this. Don't need this. Do I need this gun? Submachine gun. I do want a submachine gun, right? We said submachine guns and pistols are going to be our go-to. So I guess I can keep the submachine gun. There's a recipe for food, but I already have it, so I can get rid of it. What else do we have? Improvised weapon pan. No, don't want it. Here we've got a quest item. Here we've got this new pistol that I want. And we've got a knife, level 9. Is it better than the other level 9 knife we have? Let's compare. 81.7 DPS versus 80.9. But here we have 9 crit chance and 68 crit damage. Okay, so this one has more DPS, but this one has way more crit. So we'll keep that one. Okay, get some mats for some crafting. Another thing I need to do now just real quick is craft a bandage for a quest. So let me just craft one. It's going to take 2 seconds. All right, that was quick. Okay. Let me grab it on my character. So I've got the quest done. And yeah, let me go on my main character right now, see if we can do some quests on this one. Ooh, there's a warden in Tibia. There's a warden in Tibia. I'm just going to go real quick. While I load into Persist. Should be pretty fast. Let me just switch over to Tibia real quick. Ooh, Naga is boosted today. What warden? It's a destroyer. In Ormond Catacombs. I'm just running to that one real quick. And we'll be back to Persist in just a minute. East. Okay. Okay, I've got it. I've tagged it. Okay, I'm coming back to you on Persist in just a second. What's my PC setup? What exactly do you mean by that? I just have 2 monitors. Right now, Persist is like just in the background for me while I'm actually looking at Tibia screen, and I've got OBS, my streaming stuff on the other monitor. Anyway, I've got the warden tagged on Tibia. Let me just come back to Persist. All right. Okay. Let me check my dailies real quick. What do we have here on this for these dailies? Nothing I'm too bothered about here. Here is some crafting mats. I wouldn't mind having some crafting mats. I guess we can go for this one. Get some crafting materials. Same here. And get some crafting mats here. It's not too bad. And I guess this one for some labor. I don't really need that one. Don't need labor. Okay, I picked up a couple of dailies here. There is another region where I can do dailies. So I'm going to go pick up the dailies there, and then we'll see what we do. I'm just run now. Kind of hard to see at night. PC specs. I have an AMD setup. I think maybe Nvidia would be a little bit better too. But I have an AMD setup from like 4 years ago, something like that. It's pretty good though. It's a fairly good PC. All right, let me go pick up the dailies from the other region, from Legacy faction. We pop the speed boost. This character is level 36, so as far as the content currently in the game, this can do majority of it. There are some areas that I would struggle in, but they aren't really all that fleshed out. Majority of the game, as far as I can tell, is aimed as up to around this difficulty curve. Oh, there's an elite. Do the elite. They drop some goodies. Ah. The FPS here is a lot higher. I do think it's probably related to hang on, I've lost, where am I? Here, okay. I do think that the FPS drops near the other base is probably related to there being a lot of players around. Whereas here, there's not going to be many players around, so my FPS is already a little bit better. Right, here's the other faction board for some other dailies. Check those out. Now here we've got another like consumables, which I like, because this is what you craft, what you make the food with, which is very, very useful. We have quite a lot here too. Okay. So what do we have? We have some junk, wood and electronics and chemicals. 13 pristine electronics. No, I don't want to do that one. Deliver raw materials. Cinnamon, buckwheat. Okay. I like this. Oh, I don't want to really waste stone though. I'm low on stone, but... Oh, we have 2 tasks for fishing, so we could do those at the same time. Okay, let's pick up those 2 fishing tasks, because I can do that very quickly just by myself. And then we're going to go for this one. 59 zombies in Brightfield. I think that's nearby as well, so we can do that one. I think that's right here on the... Yeah, okay. Cool. Let me go and pick up a fishing rod for the fishing. We'll do that first. Okay, let me grab some fishing rods to do those dailies because I don't normally carry any with me. Faster harvesting. That one should be enough. Although it's going to take forever because I need to fish 26 times. Each fishing takes about 20 seconds. So that'll be like 8 minutes of just standing still and fishing. Yes, yeah, the game is unoptimized, Judgment. That is definitely definitely something to take a look at. But just like someone that the community manager was in the chat earlier, like you were saying, that optimization for like FPS and screen tearing and stuff is not something you do early in development. That is one of the last things you do before releasing, which is often why many games are released with bad optimization, because they leave it till the end. Then crunch time comes, then they run out of time and the game's released unoptimized. But the optimal way to do it is to do it at the end once you have all the features in. That's how game development works most effectively. And I'm sure that will be fixed. So here we have a fishing spot. So there we go. I can go in and do fishing. Very, very fun. I would need to do this 26 times. I think I'll probably do it off stream later because it's going to be not fun enough. There we go. And you fish out some junk. You can disenchant it. And you get a bunch of materials that you can use for crafting stuff. Yeah, I guess I'll do that later. And we'll actually focus the other quest that I have. For this one, I should have picked up some food, but it's all right. Because it's going to be, this is a fairly difficult zone, but I think we can maybe just about manage. Where we're going is actually my standard farming zone, so I'll know exactly where to go. We need to kill 59 zombies there. Should take a few minutes only. I think it's going to be daytime soon, so it's going to be better visibility. Nighttime does kind of suck. It's a little spooky and kind of hard because you can't see the zombies, and if you pull too many in this game, then you're going to be in trouble. What is going on there? All right, this is Brightfield, so this is where I need to kill 59 zombies. I'm fairly strong for this spot now, so I can take it kind of easy and just melee them down. But in general, you would normally be using guns here. I use the revolver type as my main. And as a mechanic where every hit gets stronger as long as you're not missing. So you have to have like 100% accuracy to really benefit from this, which is why it's only really viable for PvE and never really going to work on PvP. Okay, so there's an Overseer. That's the one that buffs everybody else, and you don't want to let him live for too long. But he also has an evasion thing, so you have to hit him and hit this guy 3 times, and then I can now kill him off. There we go. Oh, 2.8k hits. All right, that's one overseer down. There is one more that we have to do. Let's see if we can manage. Oh, he's survived. No. Okay, now he's dead. After playing for quite a few hours yesterday, my biggest complaint was the samey environment. This is actually different from the ruined city. Oh yeah, no, the environments are way different. You've got like a desert, you've got a swamp, and you're going to have way different environments. Yeah, the early game is basically just the city, right? That's the starting area. You're not going to move far from there for a few hours, but there's absolutely very distinct, different looking environments. Are the zombies with specific mechanics? Yes. Every zombie is unique. Like, yeah, for example, this one. This one is the trickiest one for me, the Overseer, because his mechanic is that he buffs dudes around him, like makes them faster and hit hard and makes them very powerful. Like you have to kill the Overseers first before fighting, otherwise you're just gonna get overrun big time. Where is he? You've got hurlers, which attack from distance and make you invisible, and they like apply debuffs and poisons and stuff. So you kind of want to deal with those fast too. But the Overseer is much more of a priority. So let me poke the Overseer. So, and also he has an evasion ability. So you hit him, and then he gets evasion for like 5 seconds. So you can't actually kill him straight away. But there we go. Now I can kill him, and now I can kill the hurlers. So yeah, you do want to have priority targeting, like the Overseers for me are the most powerful, and I target them first. Then you want to be targeting creatures which have debuffs, which make you like slow or make you deal less damage and stuff. Like Banshees, for example. There's a Banshee. I'm just making sure there is no Overseer around, and I think I can just run in. I think there's no Overseer, so I can just run in and pull in everything and just kill it with melee. I dislike buff dudes. I do not like buff dudes. They mess up my day. All right. What else do we have here? So we have a Wraith. I don't fully... This guy that's like shiny. Not shiny. The one that's got like this aura around him. I don't actually know what he does. I've noticed that I think he drains stamina. I swear I've seen him like drain stamina from me. But I don't know if there's like another mechanic or something. So let me just pull everything. Kill off the Banshee first, so I don't get debuffed. And now I can just try and kill everything. Oh, here's a Juggernaut. Here's a big dude. Like, really slams down hard and has a bunch of health. Managed to evade it there, though. Okay. Here we've got a Wraith. What else do we have? A Runner. Okay, the rest is easy, so let me just run in. I can do those fairly easily. And there's also another monster type called an Enforcer, but I think he's on higher difficulty. I haven't seen him. He gives shields, and he's just got tons of HP, so you kind of do want to prioritize him down as well. Oh, and here's another mechanic. You've got elites. You've got a small chance for a monster to respawn as an elite. There's a few different elite types. There's like elemental elites. Shit. That was the hurler effect, by the way, which makes you not see anything. You have abilities which remove it, so I had to make sure to pop that so I could actually see what the hell I'm doing. But yeah, you've got elites which get special abilities. Some of them do like stamina drain, some of them poison you, some of them make you on fire, some of them like different ones. I don't remember fully what all the elites do. This is just a standard elite that I think just has more health and does more damage. But isolated, the zombies aren't that strong. Isolated, you can, it's a pretty easy game when you hunt shit in isolation. The problem with this game is when you have a massive density of monsters and you accidentally pull too many, then it's very tricky. You always want to be careful in this game not to pull too many monsters. What is gameplay focus? Only tasks from guild. Yeah, I mean, you've got quests, right? You get quests from NPCs. You get daily tasks from the board for individuals. Like you've got factions where you've got to grind the reputation for the factions, and then you can do tasks for them, which give you special rewards. You can grind for materials, which you can use to craft. Like majority of your gear at higher level is self-crafted, I find, in my experience anyway. Yeah, you've got guild quests, which I found out about the other day. That's cool. I don't know. I don't know what the end game's going to be like. I don't know what end game grinding there's going to be. Hopefully there's going to be something interesting for the end game to keep people interested. But I don't know what that's going to look like. Ah. Okay, we've killed 42 out of 59 zombies here, so we need 17 more zombies in this area. It's funny that I got a quest here because this is literally my farming zone right now. This is where I come every day when I want to do some leveling. So quite convenient. I know exactly what's what. And yeah, and you've got profession farming as well. So if you want to be like, for example, I don't know, you've got your construction skill tree and you really want to grind it up because you want this like new skill that's only available from like level 31 and you want to invest in it or something. Again, you just kind of go off and you do like farming your you go off farming your profession and trying to get that up. Yeah, there's quite a few things you can do. And it's kind of like I actually like this a lot in the game. I always feel like I have a lot of stuff that I want to be progressing and doing. It's kind of like in Tibia, you know. In Tibia, you always have like some quest, some bosses, some access that you want to do. There's always something that you want to be progressing towards, or like your next item that you're going to unlock or whatever. There's always something you want to grind towards. How many people are working on the game? Yeah, I didn't see that question. 20 people in the team apparently. Okay. Presumably a few devs, few art guys, few maybe mappers that do the environments. What are the penalties when you die? Do you lose gear? You don't lose any of your gear. I think you may lose some durability, but you lose your backpack. So you lose your backpack and everything within the backpack. Ooh, hang on. We've got a new weapon. Ooh, okay. Hang on. Is this better than my current weapon? I think it probably is. Oh, very good. So I'll have that level 41. I didn't even see that we dropped that. That's going to be an upgrade at level 41. Still 5 levels away, though. Nice. Looks like Fortnite's mod. Yeah, I think graphically it's somewhat similar. It's like some sort of hybrid of Fortnite and Borderlands, right? Something like that. Have we finished the quest yet? No, 3 more zombies. Is there going to be Tibia today? We already had Tibia. We started off with a Tibia stream for a couple of hours. Then I kind of finished what I wanted to do. So here I am. I mean, this is ultimately nothing like Fortnite, though, right? It's the game. It's nothing like Fortnite or Borderlands when it comes to the gameplay loop. I guess it's closer to Borderlands than it is to Fortnite. Maybe the original Fortnite mode with the building, but I don't know what that was. It wasn't very popular. Okay, we finished the quest here, so we can bail out and do our dailies elsewhere. Okay, so I have a daily here in 600 meters where I have to give in a daily I completed the other day, so we'll go there first. Are the headshot bonus roll ranges the same for all weapon types? No. No, it varies. Different weapon types. This is something I would also really like for them to improve. Because, yes, you don't actually see this. So, like, every different weapon types, like, you know, for example, here I have a Colt Anaconda revolver. And here I have a Raging Bull revolver, which is a different base type. They have different ranges for, like, crit chance, crit damage, and headshot damage. So, yeah, it is weapon base type dependent. And there is no, as far as I know, there is no way in game to be able to tell. So it would rely on, like, a third-party website to collect all this data and keep it published somewhere. I don't believe you can see that in game in any way. So that would be something that I hope will be there by the time the game releases. I have Tibia related question regarding RP. Is it still worth to start with the spears? Nah, not really. Nobody really uses spears anymore. Arrows into Onyx, arrows into Shatterstorm arrows, into Crystalline arrows, into Diamond arrows, the odd elemental arrow here and there. I got a 70% headshot rifle and it feels really good. Yes, for rifles, headshots are very good. For example, on a revolver though, like I play the revolvers, and of course I still want to be hitting headshots, but because of the mechanic of revolvers where every accurate hit increases your subsequent damage in the clip, it's actually more important to be focusing accuracy over headshots. So I actually prefer crits on revolvers because I'm actually mostly aiming for body shots rather than headshots, because I'm worried that, you know, if I miss the headshot, then my bonus disappears, right? So for example, on a revolver, I am much more likely to be looking for crit chance and crit damage, whereas on a rifle, I would indeed be looking for headshot damage. So it depends, right? And it will be weapon type dependent. For example, for PvP, I don't know if you care that much about headshot damage, because you're probably not going to be hitting very many headshots in PvP. I don't know. Maybe if you want to, like, you know, gank someone and just one-shot them, then headshot would be good. Graphics remind me of RuneScape. I don't know. Isn't RuneScape top-down? Isometric? I mean, that's nothing like it, is it? Yeah. Well, it's not a triple A type development, right? There's no point going for hyper-realistic graphics as a small studio, because it's never going to look as good. You better go for a stylistic art style. It's unique to your game. Are the mines grenades or other explosives? I don't think so. I don't think there are explosives, but I don't see why that couldn't be a weapon type added to the game down the line of some sort. Like, I don't know, maybe that will be placed. There is something. I think there is an ultimate ability with within one of the skill trees that I think is mines, maybe. Hey, there you go. In the hunting profession, you've got a stasis mine as your ultimate ability, which creates a mine that explodes if other players or non-players come too close. The explosion affects all targets in the area except the owner and his party and guild members. Affected targets suffer up to 40% max health damage. Affected targets become stunned, and it despawns after up to 600 seconds. And you can have only one stasis mine active at any one time. So there you go. There is a mine. It's not like an actual weapon type, but it is within the weapon tree. Let me see the other ultimates. You've got a turret. You've got a turret in the mechanics. Hang on. Within the mechanics profession, you've got a turret that you can place down and then hold it and, you know, kill shit. Within mining, we don't have it. Street smarts, no. Thievery. You have a sentry, which like looks for enemies around. There is one mine ability. There you go. I would love to try this game out. It seems a lot of fun. Just signed up for it. If you send me a message on Discord privately, Dansk, I can invite you now. As a content creator within the game, I'm allowed to invite people to the playtest. So if you actually want to check it out and play, just send me a DM on Discord. I'll send you the links and you'll be able to play straight away. Exactly. It's unique graphics, right? It's not who wants another clone of like, I don't know, hyper realistic shooter graphics like Call of Duty. It wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know if Call of Duty is exactly the best example, but like, you know, a fairly small studio like Tipsoft is not going to be able to copy graphics like Arc Raiders. Like Arc Raiders is probably one of the most beautiful games I've ever seen, and that's great if you have the budget and the expertise to make like a hyper realistic shooter. But if you don't, then your game is just going to look shit. Like if you go for like a realistic style and you just don't have the expertise to make it really, really good, then your game is just going to look shit. So you're better off actually going for a unique style like RuneScape, Borderlands, Fortnite, this kind of stuff, right? We've got another quest 250 meters from here. Do we know anything about the business model? No, we do not. I mean, you can... I don't know. I think I've got a pretty good idea just deducing from what the game looks like. I would be extremely surprised if it's going to be subscription or pay to play. I don't think it's going to be like you have to pay 10 euros to buy the game or whatever. And I don't think it's going to have a subscription. I just don't think model like that works these days, especially if you're a new game and you want to get people excited. I think it's got to be free to play, definitely, with some sort of microtransaction business model. I don't know what those would look like. I imagine there's definitely going to be a focus on cosmetics, probably, so you can buy special cosmetics for your character, make them look cool. I wouldn't be surprised to see some like quality of life stuff that you can buy, like maybe more stash tabs or special stash tabs you can edit in some way. Other than that, I don't know. Maybe like a skin for your mount. I think there's supposed to be horses in this game. In some trailer, like some years ago, they were traveling on a horse, or there was a horse in there. So I feel like there's got to be some mounts eventually, some fast travel system. Currently, that's not in the game, but I imagine that, you know, they could sell cosmetics for that. That's how I would expect it. Anyway, some sort of cosmetics that would be either just purely cosmetics or like some quality of life type stuff. I don't think there's going to be, you know, pay to win type stuff. I'd be surprised and disappointed. So I don't think so. But ultimately there hasn't been anything officially communicated when it comes to monetization. I'm just guessing, right? Okay, there's an NPC above that I need to do something with my quest. Is it? Or maybe it's not an NPC. Oh no, it's actually a repair mission. Okay, I've got to repair a satellite. Here we go. Green ticks on the right are done quests. Yes, I just haven't handed them in because they're like on the... This is actually my personal also pet peeve on the daily system. You have these daily quests and you get given a mission and you got to do it, and that's fine. But then once you've done it, to get the reward, you have to go sometimes halfway across the map to like hand it in to some NPC just to get the reward. I really don't like that. I really, really, really would like to get a mission, do the mission, click complete, get the reward. It's not as immersive as actually going to an NPC to get the reward, but boy, is it a pain in the ass, especially when like the mission is halfway across the game world to where the NPC you have to go to hand it in. So I don't like that. I would like that changed, but we'll see. Is there a release date for this game? No, it's still in, not even in alpha. officially. It's closed for testing for permanent testers like myself and content creators like myself. Again, there's not really been anything officially announced about when it's gonna release and how. Again, I can just do my best guesses. I would predict an early access launch maybe sometime towards the end of next year, so maybe like 12 to 16 months from now, maybe. And then a bigger full-on like 1.0 release, probably closer to like 4 years away, maybe. Gave you a message on Discord. Okay, let me just check. Oh, in fact, 2 people have messaged me. Yeah, let me just invite you all. There you go. Travel only on foot, no teleports like in Tibia? Yes. Right now, it's literally just like on foot. Like I already said, I do think there will be mounts. You'll have like a horse you can jump on and travel faster. I think. I don't, unless they got rid of the idea. And I would like, once the game world gets bigger and bigger and bigger, I would like to see some sort of fast travel. You know how in World of Warcraft you have those mounts between like cities and areas? You go on a mount, flying mount, and it takes you from like one point to another point. I think I would quite like that system for like some of the key locations. Maybe like a helicopter, where you hop on a helicopter from one base and it like takes you to another. It would, but it would have to be fairly limited and only available once you've like, you know, reached certain levels in certain areas. I think I would like to have it maybe for like faction strongholds only, and you only get it once you've like got the top reputation grind for that faction to prevent people from like just being able to fly around everywhere. Right? It should be like a big reward to be able to use the fast travel system. But yeah, right now there isn't, and if there will be, I don't know. Walk us through your build. I mean, the build I have right now is a PvE focused build. This is not a PvP build, and it's using revolvers and swords. The swords have a lot. I like swords for melee because they have a lot of built-in healing for the ability, which means I can sustain very well when I'm out and about, and I can combine it with some other melee abilities from the woodworking tree. We have a woodworking ability in here. Oh no, this is mining. We have woodworking here, which is a bleeding strike, which applies bleed and deals 180% of your damage, plus is a 100% critical hit chance. It's very good when you combine a few abilities. You can just nuke everything down. That's really good for melee because you can really just nuke stuff down around you, multiple creatures. And you have this ability, which is Ore Breaker, which deals 40% of your DPS to all targets in melee range, which again just nukes stuff down. So I find that quite fun. A map would be nice. Yeah, that is another thing that may or may not be there. Like I left the feedback that I would love to have a map. I do see the immersion aspect of no map, having to like explore and stuff. The only problem I have with that in 2026 is that, yeah, it may be immersive for the first month of the game's release, but what's going to happen is eventually some crazy dude will just map out the whole map and just publish a map online anyways. So people will just be forced to go to a third-party website to check the map. So there still will be a map. It's just not going to be built in the game. So my prediction is that there's not going to be a map on release. But as soon as somebody maps it out and just publishes it online, they will probably relent and add a map in-game so that people don't just have to go to a third party. But yes, I would also like to have a map. So those vehicles look drivable. Well, they're not. They're definitely not. Maybe they will be eventually, but they're definitely not right now. Here's an elite. From one end to the map, how long does it take to transport? Well, I haven't explored the whole map. I'm not strong enough to explore the whole map. I would imagine that, because it's like a circle, right? It's like going to be like a radius from the center. From one end to the other right now, probably close like 10 minutes. And the thing is, if you're not super powerful, you'd probably need to stop to like fight some of the zombies, because if you just run through, they'll just kill you. If you're high enough level where you can just run through, then yeah, about 10 minutes. Otherwise, probably a bit longer. There's no map. No, right now there is no map. All you've got is this compass on the top, and there is no map whatsoever. Now that is a conscious design from the devs. They are saying that they are still in like discussions, right? If they're gonna add a map or not. Like I said, I understand the appeal of like no map, and that's cool, right? No map, you're exploring, you're like in like a deserted world, whatever. I like the idea, but like I say, in practice, in modern gaming, that doesn't work. There's an elite that I want to kill. Let me just make sure there's nothing too much around them. That doesn't really work in modern gaming because, you know, people, like I said, someone will just create a map, brute force it, and it'll still be there, so people will just feel like they need to look online for it, right? And there's just no fighting it. Like, it's just going to happen. But then you may as well just do it in the game now if everybody's looking outside. Having to use a third-party website for a map. That kind of sucks. So I do think eventually there will be. I think the devs will probably be stubborn about it until it just becomes that everybody's using an online map, and then maybe they will relent. We'll see. No idea. How do you navigate? Well, you just learn the map. Like that's kind of the whole point. Like because there is no map, you pay attention to the landmarks and you learn the map very, very well. Like it's kind of nice. I do like that idea. And if there was a way to prevent a map leaking online, someone making it, I really do quite like it. But in the end, that's not gonna work. Okay, let me see. Where else do we have some other quests? We have another quest. Nah. 880 meters in that direction. I also don't think so it works for the setting. There's no reason why maps wouldn't exist. Yep. Maybe it could start like this is something people have been saying, like maybe have every character starts with no map, but then as you explore stuff, it like gets added and displayed in your in-game map, right? I think that is also kind of a good solution. We'll see. .404 camp. Yeah, 404. It's empty right now, right? That's the thing. I checked it out once, and yeah, it's basically nothing there. So you can just grind a bunch of mats in there, but that probably won't be the case once they actually fully implement 404 faction. Well, how do you navigate now? Yeah, you basically just learn the map and you learn the landmarks, and you've got the compass, right, which shows you where to go for each quest. And if you don't have a quest and you just want to know where to go, then yeah, you kind of just have to know where everything is on the map, and you kind of learn. You know, someone might tell you, oh, this place is 1,000 meters southeast from Junction, and you kind of have to go and figure it out. And it sounds like a pain, but it is actually kind of cool. Like, it's not super beginner friendly, but you do learn it, you know, and then you are familiar with the map, which is rather than just following a mini map, you know. It is. I do see the benefits of it, but I do think in modern gaming, it just, even though it's a nice idea, maybe for like a solo player game that makes sense, but for a multiplayer game that's somewhat competitive, there's just no way that it's not gonna end up with people just using a third party to see it, you know. How big is the game? Does it seem like the map's downloaded as a whole, or it's sent through the server as you walk around? I don't know. But it is... I feel like it has to be chunked somehow, because the game world is too big for you to be able to load in everything. Your system will not be able to manage it, I'm pretty sure. Here's an irradiation type zombie, which drains your stamina when he gets close. Well, thankfully he was fairly low difficulty, so I could just nuke him. Oh, I know where this NPC that I'm going to is. He's on like a deserted island, Fisherman's Island. Bit of a pain to get to him. We're gonna have to swim. Yeah, the game is fairly big, but it's still... I think it's got about a third of the map size that it's going to need to have for like 1.0 release. There's still a lot of like level ranges that are going to have to add to the game. Have you heard of Once Human on Epic Games? That reminds me of this. I've heard of it. I never played it though. Oh shit, I have no more space in my backpack. Fuck it. Doesn't matter. We'll go back to the base in a minute. I'm gonna have to finish soon anyways. Alright, let's just go do this daily. It's 200 meters away. Yeah, you can see this little house. There's like this random NPC that lives in this little house in the middle of a little island. And he often has dailies that you have to do, which is kind of annoying. It's kind of out the way, but whatever. Sword. Okay, what do I want to go here? I think I want to save my points for when I get level 31 in swords and then just go heavily into this new ability called Bloody Cleave. I think I don't want to assign any of these points for now. Yeah, anybody who I sent an invite to for the game, if you want to join a guild, then yeah, let me know. Yeah, inviting everybody, and then you're gonna get like some little perks, like a little bit more XP, a little bit more loot and stuff for the guild perks. Here we go. And okay, very final quest. There we go. Let's go give this in back at the base. And then we'll finish. I'm on the tutorial. Okay. If you're in the European server, based on your name, I'm assuming you're from Denmark. So I'm guessing you're on the European server. If you send me your family name, I can invite you to the guild. And later on, you can join once you finish the tutorial. Same as your Twitch name. Okay. Once I get back to town, I'll shoot you an invite. Alright, so this is the guild building. You just go, it is next to the safe house in Junction. You just need to go on the top floor here. And you've got a guild registry. Manage guild. So I can invite you. Let's check your name. Dansken TV. Invite. Invite invalid for now. I think you probably need to finish the tutorial. Can you randomly kill others? Yes. PvP. PvP enabled. There is punishment for killing people, of course. So you can't just go on a massive rampage. But yes, you can. There is PvP, obviously, and you can fight. Okay, let me just go sort my stuff out, and I'll come back in a few minutes and add you once you finish the tutorial. Go repair my gear and disenchant everything. Is our old friend the mayor still on it? I don't know. I don't know what that means, Delikas. I don't know what the mayor is. Is this the new Tibia update? Yep. Vocation rebalance. Finally live. All right. Oh. The safe house loading could be a little bit faster too, but it's not too bad. All right. What am I doing? Yeah, storage. Get rid of all this stuff. Disenchant. Ingredients. Move them over. Okay. What do we have? Oh, this weapon. Is it? Oh, I already had a Cold Anaconda. Which one is better here? Same DPS. 23 crit chance versus 18 crit chance. 42 crit damage versus 37 crit damage. 28 headshot versus 48 headshot damage. And the perks are damage versus non-elite NPCs and melee attack speed. And headshot damage and reduced recoil for ranged weapons. Oh, that's going to be a hard choice. I don't know which one I prefer. I'm going to have to look at those in peace a little later and figure out what's best. They're both level 41 too. Oh, okay. What other items do we have? A rifle. Don't need that. Level 39 sturdy legs. Okay, we'll keep that. Stick that in here. What else we got? Level 28 flexible boots. Don't care. Level 26 flex sturdy wrists. Also don't care. I can get rid of those. Bam, bam. And we also dropped some food. What food is this? Gain increased damage, tier 2, and gain increased evasion rate in tier 1. Okay, very cool. Don't really need those right now, though. What are the materials on top? So this is crafting stuff. This is stuff you get from, like, professions. So by doing professions, you can find these materials that you can then use and, you know, to make items, right? You can craft stuff of various levels. Guns, it's food, kitchen, utility items like your healing stuff. You've got a big crafting safe house for a lot of stuff. Anyways, let me just log back in real quick again. Let me see if I can invite Dansken to the guild, and then I'm gonna finish. You gather materials. Yes, so you've got tools. Like you can see, I have a little in my backpack. I have tools here, like a shovel, pickaxe, screwdriver, and you've got nodes, where you can use these. I don't know. Let me just find you. I don't know, just one super close somewhere. There's one here. Here we go. You've got, for example, here you've got electronic junk. I could use a screwdriver and craft it and like go in there and for a few seconds work on it, and then I would get some crafting materials that I could disenchant into mats that I then use for crafting, and it would also give me some skill progression right towards the electronics skill tree right here, which you then can unlock special abilities, passives, actives. I really like this passive, for example, where when hit by a melee attack, deal damage back to the opponent once every 5 seconds. Really fun to just be able to kill the enemies by not doing anything. And yeah, bunch of trees, bunch of different abilities you can have. Different builds. You can't max out everything. You've got a limited number of badges that allow you to upgrade levels of certain abilities. But yeah, those are limited, so that you have to use them sparingly and wisely. All right, I'm going to finish. Let me see if I can invite Danskin. If not, I can invite him. Okay, Danskin, there you go. I've invited you to the guild. So when you have some time, if you come over here, you can join. And yeah, if anybody else wants to join, anybody else out there wants to join, just let me know, and we'll invite you to the guild. And I'm going to finish for now. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm going to be back on Friday. And on Friday, we probably will just do Tibia. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do any more Persist. So on Friday, we'll do some Tibia. And then I'm going to be away for the weekend. I'm not going to be here Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I'm going away with the kids to see my granddad. The kid's great-granddad. But then I have next Tuesday off work. So 6 days from now, I have the Tuesday off work. And I'll probably do a big Tibia stream then on the Tuesday. So yeah, next 2 streams, Friday and Tuesday. So hopefully see you then. Thanks for watching, everybody. And yeah, I'll see you next time. If you want to check out Persist Online, do send me a message. I'll invite you, and you can have an invite to the guild as well if you want. Anyways, I'm just finishing Pescato. I don't know if you're saying yo as a hello. I'm just finishing. Anyways, so yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll be back. Yes, I'm sorry. Gotta finish. We'll be back on Friday. All right. See you all then. Bye bye.